Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It is Dan Day along with my cousin Vladimir Lewis. And I wanted to come on today, Vlad, and just have a happy-go-lucky show and talk about, oh my goodness, Copa America, the Euros, so much extra soccer going on. It's been absolutely great. But that is not the story that we're going to be telling you right now. We are going to tell you that sources are saying Caleb Martin is joining the Philadelphia 76ers. Likely slots in as a starter. This is from Adrian Wojnarowski. Free agent Caleb Martin has signed a 4-year deal guaranteed for more than $32 million with the Philadelphia 76ers. I did not see Caleb Martin coming back. I did not see Caleb Martin coming back. I also did not see him going to the 76ers. Ooh. 76ers like our sloppy seconds when it comes to free agent forwards. Remember PJ Tucker? Interesting. Very interesting. I did not see him going to the 76ers at all. That's very, very interesting. 76ers are all in on this next season.
Yep. That's a good move by them.
Why is it such a good move in your opinion?
One, you're talking about a good defender. A guy who could play three, a guy who's been in the conference, and a guy who knows your rival.
That's true. He knows the Miami Heat. That is one of the big reasons why I think they went after him and got him paid. I did not see him coming back.
Look, I love Alec Burks,
Alec Burks, yeah.
But I would take Caleb Martin over Alec Burks any day of the week.
Right. Earlier this week, the Miami Heat did sign 11-year veteran Alec Burks. Alec Burks is a sharpshooter, played for the Knicks for a while. And we got him now. And Caleb Martin, he is going to be a Philadelphia 76er. That is just broken. And Woj usually doesn't front on things like that.
Shams had one summer, boy. He had one summer. I got to give him credit. That summer he was outworking Woj. Ever since then, it's been nuclear Woj bombs ever since.
Yeah.
He was the first one to tell you Cronin ain't giving up Dame to Miami. He was right. Yeah. He said JJ Redick would be the Lakers coach. He was right.
Oh, yeah. He got lucky a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, he was right.
Because UConn's Dan Hurley decided not to take the job.
He kind of knew.
Okay, kind of knew.
He knew. But I'm just saying, Woj has been good. So yeah, it hurts because of what Caleb's done for Miami over the last, 4 seasons?
Right.
And you've seen his development. But a lot of things I always notice about Heat players, and when they get indoctrinated into the culture, once they leave the culture, they don't really do the same.
That is what I was going to bring up. I kind of am hoping, that's why I brought up the PJ Tucker thing. I'm kind of hoping it's more of the same for some of these Heat culture guys. They get out of the culture and
PJ won a ring with Milwaukee.
Right, but he wasn't the same that he was with the Heat.
But what I mean, PJ has always been what he's always been. He's just a 3-and-D guy, a guy who can only hit the three from the corner and just play defense, guard 3 to 5. But I mean, yeah.
Gabe Vincent, Kendrick
Nunn,
Max Strus actually, he's done pretty good.
He had a decent season. It wasn't the
worthy
same
of the payment.
Wasn't the same impact that he had when he was with the Heat. So there is something in that. It happens all the time, whether it's Ike Austin, Hassan Whiteside, any of those guys. Once they leave the 305, if there's nothing crazy, if there's nothing outside going on,
right.
If there's nothing going outside of the game, once they leave and go to another team and get down in another system, they don't function the same.
Right. It is true. And Caleb Martin does seem to be one of those Heat guys. So maybe numbers wise, as far as basketball wise, he was maybe better off with the Heat, but financially, definitely better off with the 76ers. There was no way I could see us keeping him with the amount that other teams could pay him. And we're going to get into that too. The Heat, they just keep hoping and reaching and talking. And the reality of it, Vlad, is very bleak if you're a Heat fan, that this roster is going to change by any drastic means next year.
Here's the thing though, Dan, and I know this is very hard for Heat fans to understand. it's very difficult for any team to really be able to move the way the league has.
76ers have done it.
Well, that's because they had money.
Right.
They had free agent money.
Right.
But if you are a team right now and you've got two great players, those guys are pretty much solidified. And now you have to get good role players at a decent price in order for you to be a competitive team trying to challenge for a title. I mean, you're going to go over that luxury tax. Boston's going to hit that tax next season.
I mean, they're paying their two best players a ton of money.
Right, but everybody on that squad is making over $100 million. Their starting five is all average. They're all making over $100 million contracts. They all have $100 million contracts. So that's why they it's really that apron. And I don't understand the apron. All I know is that there's a certain number that if they hit it, they lose money and they lose draft picks or whatever. There's a consequence if you hit that
tax.
Right. There's a consequence if you hit that or a penalty if you hit that tax. So that's all I know.
The 76ers have sent a shot across the bow to the Heat and the Celtics, and I guess the rest of the league, that now they could possibly have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, a nice piece in Caleb Martin if he's healthy. We know what he can do defensively and also offensively, like he did in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of years ago. Whew, we'll have to just wait and see, though. But the 76ers are formidable, at least on paper, opponents for the Heat.
Yeah,
Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
You're not. You're meh.
Are they gonna be healthy?
That's
because all the guys that they've signed all have questionable health histories.
Everybody in the East is
even Caleb.
Yeah, well, no, last year he had a lot of injury problems. But I mean, your New York Knicks, they sent a shot across the bow saying we're all in on this one too.
Yeah,
Bridges. Yeah,
but you could see why.
You have to be.
You could see why. Philadelphia was just lucky to have the money. The Heat, they just stuck. They're stuck with what they have right now because you got Tyler making what 30. You're about to give Bam an extension.
Duncan, Jimmy,
yeah.
Now figure it out. Like I said, and we're going to get into it a little bit next, how we keep hoping for so much when the reality, you got to look at it from the outside and say, wait a second. Let's get to the headlines real quick, see what else is going on in this third rock of the sun. Inter Miami, they face their biggest test of this MLS season so far when they head up to Cincinnati to take on FC Cincinnati, 7:30 tonight. No Messi, no Suarez. They've actually won the previous 4 matches without those two guys, all of them ending in a final score of 2-1. Did you know that? 4 games in a row, 2-1. No Messi, no Suarez.
So what does that mean? Does having Messi and Suarez mess up the defense?
I don't know. Maybe they come back and you say, guys, sit down. Nah, well, you might have to sit down Messi a little bit. He was god-awful the other day. If you watched on the 4th of July, that Argentina-Ecuador game.
Oh, my God.
Talk about backing your way into a victory, and then now you get Canada. Oh, God.
Wait, no, not Canada. Why are you knocking Canada?
I don't love Canada.
Hey, I don't give a damn you don't love Canada. You shouldn't love what your team did. That national team choked.
We're going to talk about that. That's fine. I accept that.
But Canada and Venezuela. First of all, I was thinking about the people in Venezuela from the time that we had at Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
That was I didn't know how, that was definitely a Venezuela crowd.
Sold out crowd.
What they call
Westenzuela,
right? Okay, so Westenzuela. That was a good game. That was an exciting game. Canada really should have won by many goals, and it was lucky. It was crazy. No, they had like so many opportunities.
Oh, yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah,
yes.
oh, yeah.
But
Canada outplayed Venezuela.
Yeah, they did. But it was a good, exciting game. Argentina, they
Ecuador outplayed them. Messi missed the
and
PK.
Messi missed the PK. And nobody.
He's hurt though.
So don't give me that. Don't give me that. Because when Ronaldo missed the PK, everybody wanted to send Ronaldo like out in the Euros and in the what was it, the round of 16 game before they were eliminated by France yesterday in another PK. But they were, he's old, he's done. And then once Messi misses, like, it's okay. It's all right.
No,
he's hurt. He
got the hamstring issue.
Everybody starts making injuries.
I don't make excuses. I say they got lucky. That's what Argentina does. They hang around enough, get lucky enough every once in a while. Ecuador should have won that game.
I don't know if he should have won.
Now they get Canada. Go ahead and bet on Canada to win. Go ahead.
Well, the game is tonight, baby.
No, not Argentina.
No,
Kenya.
no. The game's tonight. Brazil versus Uruguay without Vinny Jr.
That's no junior. That's at 9:00. We got a special viewing party with Alejandro Solana, and they're gonna have some drinks there, Vlad. Trust
Where?
me. It is at Waxy's in Fort Lauderdale.
Really?
Yeah, buddy. You know those viewing parties, man, that we have.
You going?
I'm probably not gonna make it.
Where is Waxy's?
You never know Waxy's?
No.
It's right up there off of US 1 and 17.
Oh,
Not far from downtown. Great Irish pub. Gonna be a great crowd.
okay.
So that might be the spot tonight. Uruguay, Brazil. Is Brazil gonna all of a sudden wake up and be Brazil again? Is Uruguay gonna keep grinding it out? We'll see.
Brazil already woke up and was Brazil again. That was a good game against Colombia, but
no junior though.
no junior though. We'll see.
Finns fanatic writer Scott Allen Solomon lists Tua Tagovailoa as one of the losers of this Dolphins offseason.
Why you say that?
Not getting his contract is the major factor for that designation.
That's a dumb. I don't want to say that's a dumb statement, but you can't make that statement because it's still a question mark. He can be re-signed right before training camp begins. And
so
then
far,
what?
Talking about so far this offseason. You don't
so
like
so far.
This organization is treated to a little weird, though. I'm
just saying right now, I know it's a month until training camp starts, so guys are really, as I like to say, Sue Surf reaching, free to wave, but they're reaching right now for articles to write. So when you're putting something, who's the biggest loser in free agency so far?
I didn't say in free agency.
I mean,
I said Dolphins camp.
Dolphins off season. Come on, man.
You're on the record of saying Tua will get signed before the camp opens.
Absolutely.
I'm on the record that he ain't getting signed anytime soon. We'll see who's right.
I think he gets signed in the next 3 weeks.
Okay. Mark it. The Marlins. What do you do when you have a 4-game losing streak?
You lose again.
You play the worst team in the league. That helps you, right? No.
You lose again.
They lost their 5th in a row yesterday. It's to the White Sox, 3-2. To play again today at 4. Feel confident? Yanni Chirinos taking the mound for the Fish?
I don't even know who that guy is. Yanni?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's more
He's
of
not the flute singer.
It's more of a bullpen day.
The flute player.
This is good news, and I know you don't like it, but I love it. The Canes have landed 2 highly coveted commits: 5-star offensive lineman S.J. Alufetuli and 4-star safety Hilton Stubbs. Stubbs is from Florida, while Alufetuli, he played for Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. Big time right there. Of course, the Canes do have one of the top 10 recruiting classes for 2025. And a lot of people say, yeah, but it's got to result in wins. I'll tell you, recruiting, it starts. That's the basis of winning. And once again, it's not like the old days where guys stick around for 3 or 4 years. They can leave tomorrow, but better than nothing. That's the way I feel. The Panthers' names will be added to the Stanley Cup this week. Then each player will get their assigned day with the Cup. The team did agree to a 1-year, 2-way contract with defenseman Jacob Megna, who played 44 games last year with the Blackhawks. Got to give Bill Zito much credit. This offseason, you're going to have some attrition after winning a championship and with some salary cap restrictions. But for the most part, I think the Panthers have done an absolutely great job.
What, during
they've gotten Lundell back, they've gotten Reinhardt back, they've gotten their core back, and they got him back for a long time.
And I'm happy that they got Reinhardt back because everybody thought that, he was going to be gone. They were going to bring him back. But, dude, when you score how many goals this season? 64?
It was just unbelievable.
And then added, 10 in the postseason? You can't let that slip away.
Nope. Break the bank for him.
Absolutely.
Break the bank. The Heat begins Summer League today, Vlad. Did you know that?
Oh, at California Dreaming right there.
Yeah, 6:30 versus Golden State in San Francisco. At 4:30, Bronny James.
Oh, his first game?
Supposed to be making his debut for the LA Lakers Summer League team. Does that get you interested to watch some Summer League basketball?
Well, yes, I am going to watch Summer League basketball this year because of Bronny and because of your man, what's his name?
Khalil Ware?
Khalil Ware. Hey, I like the fact that his name is Khalil. I'm like, what is he? Superman? Like, you know what I mean? And also there's some, you know why you're going to have to see these guys? Because low-key, these guys are going to have to contribute on teams this season, especially teams that are in the, like I said, in the salary cap restrictions, and they're going to have to develop players to help them win. Because I think what happened with Denver when they won 2 seasons ago, Christian Brown, he had played in Kansas, played 4 years, won a national title. Those type of players helped, help Denver win the title. So I think these are the players that teams are trying to draft now and develop and help be part of the rotation. I mean, you saw what Jaime did last season.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so yeah, there's a couple of guys that you got to watch to see if they're learning as early the system in summer league and what potential that they may have during the season.
At the same time, don't get super high on summer league action because I remember
I think it's gonna be
ago,
on NBA TV menu.
The Bronny game will be on NBA TV. The Heat game will be on ESPN.
Okay, so they're gonna split between ESPN, ESPN2, probably, and NBA TV.
That's odd
during the summer
that the NBA would put Bronny at NBA TV and the Heat on ESPN.
It's the timing probably, and they probably have other
programming.
Contractual programming
right.
they have to go through.
Extra soccer everywhere yesterday. I don't know if my heart can take it anymore. I mean, I love it. It always surprises us every 4 years for the Euros. Like every game, it's so good. It happens every year. Spain defeated Germany.
That was as fine of a soccer game as you can watch.
You expected two of the best in the world.
When the two of the best win in the world, bro.
Extra added time, 2-1.
Spain should have won the game.
Germany was dead.
And they did. But Germany looked dead until the last
89th minute.
That last third of the game, boy, they did not want to go down. They didn't want to lose at home. It was some great action back and forth. And yeah, man, Spain. It looks like this tournament. Spain and France are probably going to be,
Looks like they are on a collision course.
No, I think they're playing next.
They are playing next, so they definitely are on a collision course.
So they're definitely on a collision course. I think the winner of that game is going to win the Euro.
Yeah, France did defeat Portugal 5-3 in a shootout. The shootout was 5-3. Honestly, Vlad, I never sweated that one so much because, and I'm going to get to this later in the show, I figured France would be France and Portugal would end up being Portugal. Portugal just finds ways not to win, man.
I just didn't like the fact that it seemed like both teams were trying to play for the penalty, for the penalty.
Yeah, you do hate when teams start to kind of, and they took, Mbappe said he was exhausted, which he probably was. They took him out. And another great one last night, Venezuela, heartbroken by Canada in a shootout, 4-3.
That was good.
I don't know. I don't like, I'll tell you this.
You don't like how European, you don't like straight to the shootout, do you?
I also do not like that, but I don't like the aggressiveness of Copa goaltenders as opposed to Euro goaltenders. Euro goaltenders will hang back a little bit.
Nah,
these Copa guys come up to midfield.
Yeah, I love that.
That goal Venezuela got.
You're talking. Well, look,
Canada's guy was all the way.
First of all, it was a bad pass by Venezuela. No, I'm sorry, by Canada. So the counter was a one-on-one counter. And that guy was better than the defender because that's not really a defender. That was just another back that was with him. So that's why the goalie tried to come up, and he just got to the ball first, and then he luckily got the right tap.
It was a cheeky goal.
No, it was that. Hey man, you pray for goals like that. That's beautiful. No. Yeah. You pray for that, man. That was good. But then the PKs yesterday, I love it, man. Got to give the PKs the last 2 days have been phenomenal. Argentina's goaltender he's a monster.
Well, he's a legend now.
But he's a monster.
Look what he did in the World Cup.
But there's another guy the other day who was great in another game that was like I think it might have been the Ecuador penalty, the goalie. He might have made his name in the penalty kick situation. But yeah, yesterday Canada versus Venezuela. Both teams were missing penalty kicks, great saves by goalies, and then eventually Canada wins.
Yep. Canada did win. They will advance to play Argentina. Today, we got more action. England v. Switzerland is on right now, tied 0-0 in the 24th minute. Then you get Turkey, Netherlands at 3. See if Clockwork Orange can put away those pesky Turks because Turkey's been good in this tournament, to be honest with you. Copa tonight, Colombia versus Panama.
That's going to be good.
They kick off at 6. I hope Colombia kills Panama. And followed by Uruguay and Brazil at 9 o'clock. Remember, we got that viewing party over there at Waxy's in Fort Lauderdale. Coco Gauff, Carlos Alcaraz advanced at Wimbledon yesterday. The play continues today.
Another great one.
Yeah, I got to give big ups to Francis Tiafoe. He was unbelievable.
Tiafoe, you know what? He had his chance in the fourth set when he had the tiebreaker. But Alcaraz was just
it's so crappy. You can have the best game of your life in tennis, and if you're playing just an absolute monster, you can still lose.
But that's great. I hope you see those two go at it for the next 5 to 10 years, man. The guy looks like a good. I think they're cool with each other and they're friends with each other. So it's good to see that when they play each other, they go at it, like they compete.
Oh man, they were going at it yesterday, man. It's never an easy one when you get those two together. Francis Tiafo, I want to say his parents are immigrants of Sierra Leone. Yes, Sierra Leone.
Heat culture, yes, it is exhausting to watch them roll around like they just took a sniper round to the knee, then pop right back up like nothing happened.
I've gotten used to it. I'm totally used to it.
Listen, I thought there was a time basketball players and soccer players were the most, the biggest crybabies at the way they fake and faint like they've been hurt. But yeah, it's annoying, but it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. If you could fake an official out to give you a call or give you a benefit, do it. It's part of the game. It's the mental part.
Yeah. I'm not getting into it. I'm done with it now. It just gives me more time to have a beer and relax and enjoy. Not done with the day spa though. Let's go ahead real quick and take a step into the day spa. Babylon, New York has posted signs targeting litterers. Here's what the signs say. Why are you littering? With boxes checked saying, I'm lazy. I don't care about natural areas. Mommy still cleans up after me. All the above. I don't ever litter. I ain't gonna lie. Even if it's something small, like there's some litter in here right now. I'm gonna clean that up. Recycle, no littering. The way I am. I'm just saying. Gonna get into the Heat. Are the Heat still hopeful?
We'll
talk about it next here on 560 WQAM. Got another cracker happening at the Euros. Switzerland and England going at it. I guess I'm pulling, and this might be a little bit of a surprise right now, with my French heritage and Irish heritage. I'm actually pulling for England. That Bellingham, Jude Bellingham is something else, man.
It's a hell of a player.
What, only 21 years old?
Yeah.
Bicycle kick, scoring a goal, kind of saving England in the earlier round.
And he plays for Real Madrid.
Oh, well, I don't like that then. Never mind. I take it back. I'm going for Switzerland now.
Hey, the Swiss beat the Italians, right?
Yeah, easy business. We told you that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
I could have told you yesterday Portugal was going to lose too.
But it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like they played bad. It wasn't like France beat them.
No, France actually looked like they were holding back a little bit. But that's how France is too in tournaments. I mean, there can only be one tournament winner ever. But they've been known to underperform when they had, everything stacked in their favor. So it's hard to bet on these final games, that are going on in both Euros and in the Copa. But I'm going to tell you now, Argentina's beating Canada. No problem. No problem. It's that special time of the year, Vlad, the heat and free agency and who else they can get and who else they can't get. Now, we talked about this. We would love to see one Lauri Markkanen make his way over.
So that's the hot rumor, right?
Yes, that's the hot rumor.
All right. So
and
I like it.
No, we like the fact that the Heat could get him.
But here's the problem. You know why it's not going to happen.
I can tell you multiple
strange
reasons.
Ainge.
That's a big reason.
That's the number one reason. Danny Ainge, and I don't knock him for it. Listen, when the Knicks were trying to go after Spider Mitchell, he was asking for an inordinate amount of picks, and just for ridiculousness that the Knicks were like, if you think about it, it would really hurt the team. So they went a different route. They went the Jalen Brunson route, and it's worked out. You saw what Cleveland had to give. You saw what Minnesota had to give for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge is, and it's smart. He's a smart businessman.
He's ruthless.
He's ruthless. And you could take him the days when he was running the operations for the Celtics. He wants picks. And he wants all your picks.
Yeah, he doesn't want a couple of them. He wants it all.
He wanted them all. He wants to leave
your
exactly.
Salt
the words you took the words right out of my mouth.
Salt the earth.
Yeah, and do you really want to do it? Yeah, Lauri's great, but what are you gonna have? Lauri, Bam, and Jimmy, and then you don't have anything else?
Well, now you got Khalil Ware.
No, and then Khalil Ware. He's gonna want Jaime. He's gonna want Nico.
Yeah,
you know that he's gonna. Not only does he want your picks, he also wants all your best young players.
Yeah, he wants youth and picks. But you can get Lauri Markkanen. Michael Sands of Sir Charles in Charge actually wrote an article, and one of the parts really stood out to me. Miami, the Heat are building an offseason plan around a pipe dream target. Seriously, I agree with this. That's why when it's reported that the Heat is interested in Lauri Markkanen, it's hard to take such a report seriously. Not to say that Zach Lowe is off on his reporting. I'm not saying that. But the more I think about this, the more I believe this is a leak to appease the fans.
Or, as our boy Tobes will always say, Tobin and Leroy, weekdays 10 to 2 on 560 WQAM. Start to stink. Maybe this is where Lauri and his people start making a stink. I want to get out of Utah. He was in Cleveland. He got traded. Cleveland's doing, you see what they're doing right now in Cleveland. Cleveland's made the playoff the last 2 seasons. They've made a 2-year commitment to Donovan Mitchell, giving him the extension. They're going to see what's up with this Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley foursome. They want to see what's up. If you're Lauri Markkanen, you were in Chicago, I believe. You went to Cleveland, now in Utah. You're a young player who's developing in his prime, but you want to be in a winning situation. And you're not winning in Utah anytime soon.
This is the Heat essentially calming the fan base by saying, look, we're trying to make a splash move, all while knowing full well there's no scenario or universe in which they are able to outbid the likes of San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings, or even the Golden State Warriors, all teams that are also reportedly interested in Markkanen. We just don't have a lot of room. It has to be this big sign and trade. We have to get rid of some of our pieces. I think it's dead on right there. I keep saying it. This team's going to look a lot like it did last year, Vlad.
But it might have to.
No, it's going to have to.
Because of the apron.
Exactly. Our hands are tied. And although you always got to trust in the Godfather.
As a matter of fact, Jimmy saying that he's not looking for an extension actually benefited the Heat. Gave them like, all right, we don't got to deal with this. It could have been nasty.
It could have been nasty.
Now we don't have to deal with this. He's on a show and prove year. He's gonna do his thing. If he does what he does, we'll try to take care of him. If not, we may not have that financial. We'll have money to go after the agents, the big free agents next season, and next year's draft supposed to be a hell of a draft, according to many scouts and insiders. So you see, trying to go after Lauri Markkanen is good. He's a good player, and he's perfect for the stretch four. But Danny Ainge is gonna want attacks.
Danny Ainge is gonna say, I cannot in one text you all that I want for Lauri Markkanen. It'll have to be in multiple text messages.
He's gonna want your firstborn.
Yeah.
Your third.
Mm-hmm.
Your side baby. You could give him that.
You could do that.
He's gonna want your dog.
Half of your bank account.
Your cats.
Your future earnings.
Yep. Gambling earnings.
Yeah, no debts though. You have to take on a couple of his debts.
Oh, you're gonna take many of his debts. Mormon debts. Big love debt. You're gonna have to take all of that.
And the proceeds from like 4 or 5 home games this season all must go to him.
You're gonna have to give him a cruise like every two
just give him a cruise boat.
He has a cruise boat every like once a month. He can use it.
No, it's just his. No,
that's how nasty he's gonna be. Listen.
You think he's even gonna field a call from Pat Riley? No.
You got to.
No.
Just to piss him off. Just to tell him no.
Pat Riley might be like, I ain't talking to that dude.
But how you gonna get Lauri Markkanen?
You're not. That's why the article is saying it's just to appease fans. Look, we're trying to make a splash move. Nobody from the Heat has commented on this. It's just rumors.
All right, let me ask the Heat fans something.
These are rumors.
Do you want? Obviously, you want to change. We go by the theory every 2 years you got to change up the team, and especially if you're competing for a title. It's just that's how it is. It's either if you don't win the title, you got to change up every 2 years. You got to reload, refuel, replenish the team however you can. But do the Heat fan base want a different player because they just don't trust the health of some other players in the team? So having somebody maybe different, maybe just helps the team, revitalizes the team, because maybe you don't want to go to another season of seeing Tyler being out for 15 to 20 games.
Yeah.
Maybe Jimmy be out 15, 20 games. Bam's going to be nicked and bruised. He might miss like 6 to 10 games, stuff like that. You don't have Caleb anymore.
That's part of the reason why you do want to change, because be honest, they haven't been the most exciting team to watch during the regular season over the past couple of years. They don't jump off the page with a lot of excitement. They're very fundamental and defensive and culture and grinding and stuff like that. Now, if you have a team that's been awesome and wild and fun, you're like, okay, let's just get healthy and play better. But Heat are handcuffed, man. The Heat are handcuffed, and looking like they're not saying run it back. They're being forced to run it back. Well, we'll see. Maybe Lauri Markkanen will sign tomorrow. We'll see.
Sign.
Get sign and trade, whatever. We'll have to do that. Have to wait and see.
Tyler Hero looks perfect for Utah.
I'd love him. Never mind. I'm not going to get. Let's just say it would be an interesting fit. We're going to talk about Tyler Hero hate and also DeMar DeRozan, whether you love him or hate him too, later in the show. But up next, I want to do some what I like. I want to be positive, Vlad. We haven't been very positive today so far. So
I've been positive.
I haven't been. We'll get into what I like next. 560 WQAM. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. Love this joint. Who is this?
De La Soul.
Girl meets boy on Thursday night. Boy was high, girl fly like kite. They hold hands until next day.
Nice. I like that. Let's get into what I like.
One more day to play.
So,
Come on, everybody is a rolling team. Come on, man. Let's go.
let's go. Saturday, sports day.
It's a Saturday. Yep.
Cousins just hanging out.
Yes, sir.
Vlad and Dan, let's do this. What I like, I know Jimmy Butler really liked this. I liked it, and I think, Vlad, you liked it for other reasons too. Had an
Ooh.
absolutely classic yesterday.
Yeah, but I wanted the loser to win.
Let's go. That's
know?
what I'm saying. Jimmy Butler liked it for the obvious reason. You and I like it for another reason. Carlos Alcaraz, in a wonderful match, defeated Francis Tiafoe.
Back and he's made a little drop shot and it's a perfect winner. He raises his arms in delight. It is Carlos Alcaraz in the end who sees off Francis Tiafoe, the brave game Francis Tiafoe in 5 sets.
I like it because I'm just so proud of Francis Tiafoe. What a match that he put on, really putting himself on the map and hopefully propelling him in his career. I was pulling for Francis Tiafoe for sure.
I didn't want him to have that Federer moment that he had at the U.S. Open a couple of years back, where you just knew that you see him, he's okay. There's a future star rising. He's coming, but pause. But you knew that Federer just had a complete game. He just knew how to win points when it mattered. Yesterday, it was a battle, and you really thought Tiafoe's gonna pull this off, especially in the fourth set when he was able to get into the tiebreaker. I'm thinking this is it. But once Alcaraz won the fourth set, and you just know in the fifth, he's 12-1. It's 12-1 in 5 sets battles. Come on, man. That man don't lose. He hardly loses. So it was like, nah, he's going to figure out a way to win, and that's what happened. But that was a hell of a match. You wish that match was later on in the tournament, not in the third round.
Right.
But it should give the tournament more excitement heading into week 2.
But I definitely hope that it propels Francis Tiafoe to even bigger things. And this is kind of just his coming out party. Everybody knows about him, and everybody knows he's a great tennis player. But this could be the beginning of something really, really big. And hopefully next time he gets the better of whoever he may be playing against. Because Nick Kyrgios, my guy, he doesn't play anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Something else I liked, man, every soccer game yesterday was unbelievable. Only one I could really predict was France, Portugal, and it ended in an unbelievable fashion.
Teo Hernandez versus Diogo Costa. And he scores! And France win! And France will play Spain in the semi-finals in Munich. Teo Hernandez, the hero, and France march on.
Get ready. France, Spain. Whoo. In a semi? That is going to be a huge one. Now, Spain, they are one of the favorites to win it all. France, always super talented, been known to come up a little short, especially in the Euros. So early on, I would have to say, not looking good for the old Les Bleus, because Spain is really good. Spain had... Yesterday, they had Germany on the ropes.
Dude, the way they dominated that game, man.
Yeah.
And remember, this was it.
It's a good German team.
This is a good German, and they in their home country. Like, they went in there, It's something when you go in this, like I say, winning on the road as a visitor. You go to their home, you sit on their couch, their favorite seat, and you lay your feet on the table, and you're drinking their beer. You eating their food,
man.
That's what they did.
Invasion, man. That
was an invasion, but I give Germany credit. The last 20 minutes that they played in the second half was phenomenal. They so many opportunities. They finally equalized it. Like in the 84th, 85th minute, I believe. I know it was like in the 80th minute, somewhere in there, and the 2 15s. The extra 15s.
Yeah.
First 15 opportunities both teams had. They didn't capitalize, but Spain was able to do it late in the second 15, and they won 2-1.
You just can't look away from any of these games, any of these matches happening now, because anything can happen. I mean, in the 89th minute, goodness gracious. Something else I liked. WNBA analyst for ESPN was asked, Monica McNutt, by the way, was asked who she has winning WNBA Rookie of the Year.
My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standing.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese. Look, the double-double streak that she's rocking and rolling, chasing down 12 double-doubles to start is the record that spanned over 2 seasons. She's already gotten to 11. I think when you sit back and you look at what's around her, head coach Teresa Weatherspoon in her first year, there's not another #1 draft pick on that roster currently. There's not another all-star on that roster currently from years past. Indiana, they are building blocks.
Yeah.
Aaliyah Boston, Rookie of the Year, #1 pick last year. Obviously, Caitlin Clark this year. Kelsey Mitchell has had big-time seasons over the course of her career. So there's more there in terms of the supporting cast around Caitlin, but both of them have been incredibly impressive. And I think those odds don't really indicate how close this race is.
Yeah, I love it. To me, I go back to like when Bird Magic were first in the NBA. This is kind of what we got going on right now in the W.
For sure, it's fantastic. Obviously, the games between the two of them are the highest rated. So you got to give each their requisite credit due in that one. And I got to say, of both of them, I have so much respect. The eyeballs are as big as they've ever been, and they are showing up and entertaining. Both have exceeded my expectation in their rookie season, for sure.
You couldn't have put it any better. I like how Monica McNutt gives credit to both players for what they're doing. And I honestly feel as though Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are a package deal almost. Like it's like a Bird and Magic Johnson thing. Like I like the yin and the yang that go along with that. And I think it's not just Caitlin Clark the sole reason why WNBA is so successful this season. I think a little bit of it has to do with Angel Reese and some other factors. But I think a little bit of a co-rookie of the years could be in order here.
I do. I could see a Grant Hill, Jason Kidd situation in 1994 because the simple fact they both really helped the league.
Yeah.
Like as much as everybody want to say Caitlin's the darling, but Caitlin, you have to have a rival. You have to have if she's your hero, you need to have the anti-hero, the villain. And Angel Reese, who happily said she was willing to wear the black hat to be the bad guy. But you got to respect the bad guy when she's putting up the numbers.
Historic, both of them putting up historic numbers for
rookies. So if you go by winning,
yeah, Angel Reese. But if you go by, because it's almost going to be similar to the 2003, 2004 Rookie of the Year. Carmelo Anthony led his team, the Denver Nuggets, to the playoffs. But LeBron James was the heralded one, the guy with so much hype and so much expectations. And even though he didn't lead the Cavaliers to a playoffs, he was putting up great numbers and was showing that he was one of the best players in the league. Same thing with Caitlin. She's putting up numbers, but I could see voting for Angel. I can see that. I would split my vote right there. More evidence that LSU rules the world. Of course, Angel Reese, Sha'Carri Richardson, by the way, too. She's a track star. She ran at LSU. But right now, I want to talk about our guy, Paul Skeens. He is playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he is just mowing people down.
Now they're definitely going to use that against J.D. Martinez right here.
Strike 3. He got him. Bonkers if he does.
So 8 strikeouts yesterday as Pittsburgh rolled over the Mets 12-2. Paul Skeens strikes out 8, 7 scoreless. 7 innings, 2 earned runs. We already know he's dating Olivia Dunn. More reasons to like Paul Skeens is he is dedicating $100 every strikeout this season towards his foundation and Gary Sinise's foundation to raise money for veterans and first responders. So every time Paul Skeens strikes someone out, that is $100 headed towards that foundation to help veterans and first responders.
Shoot, I'll be pitching like that too if I saw what my girl was rocking at that Michael Rubin 4th of July party. And I couldn't go because I had to pitch against the Mets the next day.
I'd be pitching angry too. How do you feel about that? Like you see your woman out like that?
You got to know that comes with the territory. You have to understand that.
Right.
She's got to trust him when he's going to different cities.
Right. I'm just saying, like you see that, it's like, wow.
But yeah, he was like, like it's like everybody's all the A-listers, and there's my girl. Looking fine
always. Honestly, like when she's in bed just sleeping, not made up, I'm sure she's still like, whoa. Paul Skeens, great job. Up next, going to get you caught up with everything happening in and around the sports world, plus updates on these Euros and Copa games. 560 WQAM.
These hurricanes
Can anyone hook a Hermano up with tickets to Fade tonight at the Kaseya Center? I need to see Fade. In case you didn't know, tickets are as low as $37, so maybe I don't need as much of a hookup. But if you do have tickets, please let me know. And you want to give them to me. Fade is a Colombian reggaeton artist, and he is playing tonight. Doors open at 8 at the Kaseya Center. Fade. Now, Vlad has a theory that this could be a hot concert, not just because of the music, not just because of the great Colombian artist Fade.
Well, I mean, what I'm thinking is at 6 p.m. is Colombia versus, was it Peru?
No, it is going to be Colombia versus Panama.
Oh, Panama. Yeah, I knew it was something with a P. So, yeah, Colombia versus Panama. So if you're watching it it's a concert at Kaseya Center, so Bayside might be lit, and then right after the game, you go straight to the concert. The game is only 2 hours.
Wait a second. This thing is at Hard Rock Stadium. Never mind.
Oh, wait a minute.
That changes everything. How is that?
Oh, that's where I think our boy Richie from Boys Head is. He was talking about working. He said that there's a concert.
Oh, they got to be able to get me into this bad boy. That's not a Kaseya Center. That's straight up.
It's like Ferxo Calypso tour.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure. No wonder the tickets aren't totally
Fed. F-E-I-D, right?
Fade, yeah.
Fade, right? All right, yeah. Yeah, he's working that tonight.
Hard Rock Stadium.
Holla at Richie.
Yeah, let me slip in the back door.
So I didn't know. What the hell? Wait, what did you just say?
Let me slip in the back door.
Hey, yo.
Come on. Yo, fam. Yo, I should dump that.
That's not a dumpable offense.
That's a dumpable. That is a dumpable offense. You shouldn't. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
Hard Rock Stadium. Well, that's why the tickets are only $45. Okay, Fade. Different atmosphere though. But Colombia could win their soccer match versus Panama. Colombia's looked great at the Copa so far. That's got me a little nervous. And then go out to that Fade concert, Hard Rock Stadium. Could be a good time. Man, I love that Pero Negro song that Fade has with Baboni. So good. So great. He's a different type of reggaeton artist. He has a sorrow reggaeton style. But yeah, it could be a great one. Let me in. I'll just show up. I have my media.
Hey, yo.
I said show up.
You said let me in.
Let me in. Nothing wrong with that. When you're trying to get in somewhere and the door's locked, what do you say?
Enter.
You just say enter? You're knocking. Enter.
Yeah, I'm outside.
All right. I'll be like, you are.
That's it.
What do you want me to do about it?
Open the door.
What happens when I open the door? What do I have to do after that?
I enter.
Nope.
Pause.
It's not that easy.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Nonetheless, Fade tonight, Hard Rock Stadium. Gross. I actually told someone last night, and I was at Duffy's Implantation, as you know, and I told someone, "Oh yeah, just go down to the Kaseya Center. They still have tickets."
You said
Sorry about that, Edward.
You said the people were to the wrong arena, to the wrong venue.
Yeah, go ahead and buy tickets in advance. Edward.
I wonder if there's a concert going on at Kaseya Center.
Imagine if it's like Simon and Garfunkel, like revisited or something. You're all like ready for some reggaeton. You got your bad one with you. She wants to see Fade.
Yo, fam, what if
you might even take a little party favor.
Yeah, what if you all like, a little, you know what I mean?
We're in South Florida. You gotta live the dream. You're getting into whatever you're getting into. You and your girl's looking good. She's smelling good. You know how sometimes women, they just smell so good. And you get your seats, you buy these tickets, you're not paying attention, you're already kind of messed up.
Say that, say that you're, you fit the booger sugar, you know what I mean, after a win. And then you walk in and it's like
you're like 60 deep on the first two drinks.
It's like Barry Manilow.
Yeah, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, sweet baby James Taylor. Whiskey.
It's like the slowest adult contemporary music you could ever find in your life.
Dan Day told me it was at Kaseya Center.
Hey, Dan Day told me he was at the Kaseya Center.
Oops. I could just see it. Decked out, your girl looking good, you got drinks, you got maybe a little something in your system, you're sitting down.
I would hope that, you would realize when you're walking, you're seeing like grandma and grandpa walking to the Casella Center.
That's what I was saying. You're on that stuff, man. You don't really pay attention to nothing.
You should be on your P's and Q's a little bit,
Yeah.
depending on what you're on.
Why is this not a more Latin crowd?
I'm just saying. Why is it not young? Why aren't there young people here?
Sweet dreams beside me. It's a good concert, but it wasn't Fade nonetheless. Let's get to the headlines. They're brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Thank you.
Is this really a sponsor now?
No. I forgot what day it is.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, well, we got a sponsor now?
No, I forgot what day it is. The Fade concert's got me all faded, man. I don't know what's going on right now. Inter Miami, they face their biggest test of the MLS season so far when they take on FC Cincinnati 7:30 tonight without Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. They have won the previous 4 matches without them, all of those games ending in a 2-1 score. So kudos to Tata Martino and the guys. They don't have all their firepower, but they are still finding ways to win and not only keep afloat without their big stars, but actually grow. Now, tonight's game is interesting, Vlad. FC Cincinnati has the second most points in MLS. We have the most points. They are only 2 points behind us. So you do the math. And FC Cincinnati win puts them in first.
Yeah. If they lose, then they're 5 points back.
A tie, we stay 2. Or they lose, then they're 5 points back. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
I'm smart.
I wasn't questioning. The Marlins, they went ahead and lost their 5th in a row yesterday. It was still the worst team in the bigs. The White Sox, 3-2.
How many people were at the game last night?
I saw it on TV. It was actually on at Duffy's because Duffy's has everything. And
really?
It really does. No. Like Clive and I were talking. Clive gets them to put on the Inter Miami games. They've got all the Euros. They had the Yankees game on all the time. Like literally,
that was on Alma B Network.
But I think they have all that stuff. Okay, but I mean, you literally ask what you want to see, and the guys at Duffy's and Plantation, they'll just put it on for you. And they don't take forever to change the channel. And I know that's a hassle changing channels at sports bars, but nonetheless, I watched the Marlins game. They were down 3-0 early. It was just like, oh goodness gracious, the White Sox are going to beat us. Does seem like a game that you and I would go to, Vlad. Is a White Sox Marlins game this season, but
oh hell yeah!
So
I wish it was in the middle of the week.
If it was a middle game, we'd definitely be there.
I'd definitely be there. You're not wasting on me.
The thing is, I like about those types of games, you can just relax. Like it's not a high pressure game. It's the 2 worst teams in the majors. Have a few beers.
Look at the action.
Hang out with Officer Perez. Yeah.
Arrest me.
Walk around a little bit. Have a good time. We're going to go to the Orioles game later on the 27th. Is that the
25th? That's going to be a long day for me.
It always is. And you know what? Okay, tell us first about the day, and I can tell you how the best way to finish that day. Go ahead.
All right. So I don't know if I'm working that day yet. We don't know that because they're not that great to let us know weeks ahead. We get our schedule like literally minutes before that schedule actually goes into effect.
I will say this: Trevor, our dude from the Connecticut area that works here at the radio station, got a call on the 4th of July while he was drinking by the pool. Hey, can you be at the radio station tomorrow at 4 a.m.? He was like, okay.
Really?
On the 4th of July.
Oh wow! They called him to work the Joe Rowe show. Wow.
Go ahead though. You go ahead. So what's your day going to be like?
So yeah, I'm supposed to we're supposed to go to the game. Game starts at 12:10.
So we meet here around 10 usually.
Right. And then after the game, head home and get ready for the Busta Rhymes Missy Elliott concert at the Amerant Bank Arena.
That's a nice place. You know why you should be loving Amerant Bank Arena that night?
Why is that?
Because when the concert ends, you are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from
home.
Our Duffy's in Plantation to make it a full night.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Come by, see Justin, Sabrina, Sean, Kyle, the whole team. That's gonna be a long day for you, Vlad.
It is gonna be a long day.
Pace yourself. I have to keep an eye on you.
I will.
Well, actually, I can't keep an eye on you after the game, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be a long day.
It is always tough when you get started at 10 a.m. You try to make it to the next day.
Oh, she's a baddie, Officer Perez. Stay high _954. She's a baddie. I'm on YouTube. I
don't think we'd be mentioning her if she wasn't.
Yeah.
The Canes have landed 2 highly coveted commits: 5-star offensive lineman S.J. Alofetulu and 4-star safety Hilton Stubbs. Stubbs, he is from Florida, while Alfate Uli played for Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. We know Bishop Gorman
That's
is
a powerhouse.
it's just a minor league college team. It's
Congratulations.
It's IMG of the West.
I'm happy for those two players, happy for the Canes, but it really doesn't mean anything, especially right
Not this
now.
season.
Exactly. We're literally 6 weeks away from the start of the college football season. We're 6 to 7 weeks away. All we care about right now is Gainesville and what's going to happen that Saturday at 3:30 against the Gators. That's what I care about. That's what I want. I want to beat them. I want to beat the Gators, put them more in their misery, and have a good start to the season and get the fan base motivated and excited again. That's what we need.
There was an article on On3 that said that they have the Hurricanes in the inaugural 12-game playoff this season as ACC runners.
I hope so. I think if the Canes lose 2 games or less, they're going to be in the playoffs.
I can see them doing that. But this is the thing, and this isn't specific to the Canes. This is for every team. You usually are going to win one you're not supposed to win. You're usually going to lose one you're not supposed to lose.
Okay, but if you look at their schedule, what's the game that they're not supposed to win?
Florida State.
That's at home.
That's what I'm saying. That's one that you might
No,
win.
that's here. That's a game they should win.
Okay.
Florida State's not the same team that they were last year.
Well, them and Clemson are favored to win the ACC.
Clemson, Schlemson. Sick of them. Forget Dabo.
Louisville's a game you're not supposed to win.
Louisville? Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
They were top 10 last year.
Meh.
Okay, so the Canes will go undefeated to win the national championship.
I'm not saying they're going undefeated, but you know what? Let me look at their schedule. Go ahead, continue.
I can tell you the schedule. The first 5 games aren't that great.
Well, the Gator game's a
Gators,
big game.
then you got FAMU, then you've got Ball State, then you've got you got Virginia Tech, then you got Cal, then you got my memory's good for right now, man. Usually aren't that good with them.
You haven't been drinking lately, have you?
I have been a little more sober lately. That is the truth, man. 4th of July was kind of dry for me. I was out last night though at Duffy's, man, living the dream. So
yeah, but Sabrina wasn't working. I'm not coming. Sabrina's not working. All right, so
is that a package deal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Florida A&M on the 7th of September. Ball State the 14th at South Florida the 21st.
Oh, that South Florida game's a tricky wicket.
Virginia Tech at home Friday night the 27th, and then they go to California the following week.
That's tricky for the simple fact of the travel.
Okay, at Louisville is going to be a tough game. So the 2 weeks that's going to be tough is at Louisville on the 19th of October, and then Florida State coming to Hard Rock Stadium on the 26th.
Miami Gardens, where Fade will be playing tonight.
So yeah, I really don't see a game that they should lose, bro. Like other than the Florida State game and the Louisville game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think you beat Florida State, but then you slip up somewhere against either South Florida or Cal.
The Cal
you know what
game.
I mean? So then you're like, oh, but if we could have just won this, and it's like, well, you won one you weren't supposed to quote unquote win, and you lost one you weren't supposed to quote unquote lose. So I could see that 2-loss season.
2 losses.
Of course, this is all speculation because we're a long way from the season. So we'll figure it out. We're not a long way from the season for the Heat. Did you know that, Vlad?
You mean Summer League?
That's right. Summer League begins today, 6:30 versus Golden State in San Francisco. Bronny James playing at 4:30. LA Lakers.
Okay.
What if he goes out and scores 40?
That'd be good.
I would laugh. Like, I'd be so happy because that's all you're going to hear about from everyone tomorrow, including us. How Bronny James scored 40 and have to break down how a first Summer League game for Bronny James, what that means. We got to diminish and at the same time.
Well, he's got to. Hey, look, we're going to see it. Bro.
You'd have to diminish it while at the same time praise a 40-point game. Because people were like, it's only a 40-point game in the Summer League. And others were like, it's 40 points. What do you?
So if he signed a 4-year deal with the team, right?
Well, basically $8 million.
$2 million. That's good. That's good. When you go, does he get his own spot, or does he still lives in that luxurious home of LeBron and Savannah's?
I say you live with mom and dad for a little while.
I mean, you got $2 million.
At least, yeah. A lot of I saw the contract, it's backloaded. So what they're obviously doing, they give LeBron James a 2-year contract. They give him a 4-year contract. They're saying if things go south after 2 years or 1 year, they can cut him and not lose as much money. But still, yeah, he's going to make close to $2.5 million this year.
All right.
See if they get their money's worth for him.
I would bounce, or I would have them build me something like within the estate, so I have my own entrance and exit from the spot. But I mean, you're making $2 million now. You're earning you're earning a living.
You can buy a nice little place for the money that you make.
Not in LA, but yeah, he's gonna have other money from other things.
Yeah, he's got all types of endorsements, I'm sure.
I mean, he's already he's probably gonna be the first signature player of his dad's line.
Oh wow,
sneakers.
Well,
yeah.
Take care of the family. I like it. Soccer has been absolutely fantastic, as it always is at this time of the soccer, what would you call it, world, where you have the Euros and the Copa going on at the same time, and the MLS. Spain defeated Germany in added extra time, 2-1. France defeated Portugal 5-3 in a shootout. Venezuela, heartbroken, maybe the best Venezuelan team ever to be fielded. They lose to Canada in the knockout round. It was a shootout 4-3. Both teams did play very well. I do think Canada a little bit outplayed Venezuela, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the shootouts. England and Switzerland still playing scoreless tie, 64th minute. Turkey, Netherlands. Clockwork Orange. Can they finally get it done? 3:00. I think Clockwork Orange wins today, but I got to stop counting out Turkey. They've been very, very impressive this Euros. They're a tough, gritty team, but you got to like Clockwork
So we're probably
Orange.
going to have a Spain Netherlands final.
Mm-hmm. Clockwork Orange, man, they're showing up too. They're in, I think, Berlin right now, going buck wild at the Copa. I'm excited about these games tonight, but I might have to walk down to the bodega tonight and kind of get a little crazy. Colombia versus Panama. And you know, I got no love for Panama after what happened with the United States. They kick off at 6, followed by Uruguay, Brazil at 9:00. Of course, Waxy. That's the place to go. Waxy's right there in Fort Lauderdale. Alejandro Solana is going to be hosting one of those viewing parties. And Vlad, you know how easy it is to get a drink at the viewing party and win some prizes. I mean, it's literally one of the most fun, easy things you're going to do in your life. So
Good times. Last Sunday at Weston at Caroline.
Good crowd.
Very good crowd.
First of all, nice crowd, good looking crowd, fun crowd,
aesthetically pleasing crowd.
Like, how do you stay in shape? I don't know. Nonetheless, so Solana will be there. Get there early because Waxy's is one of the great Irish pubs in South Florida, and it's a great soccer place. And Solana's going to have a lot of prizes, but also, like I said, it's very easy to get these messy pint glasses. In fact, it's almost fun. I can't give away too much, Vlad. I know you're laughing. It's literally extremely fun to get these messy pint glasses and koozies and shirts.
You can say it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Or, hey, Dan, can I get that?
Yeah. It's one of those things. You forget your wallet at home and you still want to get a drink. Go see Solana. He might be able to find a way to get you a drink. Let's just put it that way. I would still bring your wallet, but just in case you forget it. Okay. If that's not clear, I don't know. Coco Golf, Carlos Alcaraz, they did advance at Wimbledon yesterday. They play continues today. Once again, we're tipping our hat to Francis Tiafoe. He played a stellar game against Carlos Alcaraz, but just came up a little short. Speaking of being a little short, let's take a step into the day spa. Parthenogenesis. It's a scientific term for female reptiles, plants, and fish getting pregnant without a mate.
So what, did Deshaun Watson the situation?
Deshaun Watson did something? He got pregnant?
Well, you know, they said he was released.
I don't know the Deshaun Watson situation.
With the masseuse and everything. He was letting go passes without having to a snap being given to him.
He was letting go. That relates to female reptiles getting pregnant without being exposed to men. Okay. That took a weird, odd turn.
I'm just saying, yeah. Like they're not, so they're getting pregnant without having any contact with men.
Correct. Oh, so he was claiming that he was not the father.
No, I'm just saying when he was doing in the masseuse, read number 14's read victim number 14's incident.
I'll do that tonight.
He's releasing his Delph without any.
Oh,
yeah.
Keep that in mind.
That's what I'm saying. So when you're saying that these plants are getting are reproducing without any production being
Done.
It's kind of weird.
Parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis, that's the scientific term for that?
That is the scientific term for Deshaun Watson.
I wonder, can I use that on a girl? Baby, I don't know. It's parthenogenesis.
Yes.
You know,
You sound like you're a scholar.
but there was no contact, baby.
If there's no contact, it can still happen. We learn through parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis. Now I know. Knowing's half the battle.
We're going to take a look. I know you like to gamble a little bit, Vlad. There's some over and unders for the Dolphins this coming season. We're going to see what you feel about the over or the under next here on 560 WQAM.
the Paul. So me go so then. Well, I don't really care what people say. I don't really watch what them want do. Still I got to stick to my girls like glue.
Hard Rock Stadium. That's where Fade is playing tonight. Hard Rock betting app. That's where Vlad's playing tonight. Jumping on some odds. The only legal betting app in Florida.
I need England to score here, man.
What you got on this game?
I got
Switzerland.
England winning, but they got to win in 90 minutes, or they can't win in extra time.
I was gonna say my friend got burned.
Or extra half.
My dude Gus last night, and you met Gus at Duffy's
the
Plantation.
Spain Germany game.
No, he got burned like a good Venezuelan. He bet on Canada because when you bet on the team you don't want to win,
they usually win. The opposite happens.
Right. So, if you're cheering for Venezuela, you bet Canada because I always lose bets. That's what he said. So that's a good fan. You're willing to take a little hit in the pocket.
So he actually won this time.
Well,
he bet on Venezuela?
No. He bet on Canada, but did not read the fine print of bets are null and void if they go into penalty kicks.
Oh.
So not only did he lose, he lost his money too. Ouch.
Ouch. That's nasty.
He was being a good fan by betting on the other team because he figured he was going to lose the bet. He was not being a good bettor by not reading that it's.
In reality, he should have just bet on his team.
Honestly, yes. Nonetheless, we got some betting lines for some of the players on the Dolphins this year. I'm going right now to NFL betting odds and lines. DraftKings, Tua Tagovailoa. He's over under 4,100.5 yards. So 4,100 yards this year.
Over.
I would go over. Definitely. And look at all the weapons he has this year.
Oh, we got an upset.
Ooh, man, I don't know. Switzerland's really good.
Yeah, they just scored.
Switzerland just got to go on the 75th minute.
We got an upset brewing.
Bellingham's been known to pull a trick out of his hat every once in a while.
If Switzerland plays Netherlands, or if say Turkey upsets the Netherlands, and the semifinals, Switzerland versus the Netherlands, Turkey, the winner of Spain and France got to think they're going to win the Euro.
Got to. And I would have confidence in Spain, not so much France. Goodness gracious. Yeah, because France has been known to not fulfill, but Spain's really good. Germany was really good yesterday, and Spain was by far the better team. When I say by far, they were a better team. What a play by that Switzerland guy.
Yeah, man. I love the deflections, like hockey.
It hit like 4 different people, that kick just now, too. And that was a total penalty, by the way. You can't pull a guy down by the shoulders in the box. He still got the goal, so it's null and void right there, but nonetheless. Tua Tagovailoa, though, 4,000.
Absolutely over 40
yards.
Absolutely. I think he's throwing for at least 4,500, maybe 5,000.
Why would they even say that? Are they expecting them to be a little more heavy on the run game this year?
I think the fan base would like that, but we'll see.
But here's the odds, what makes it even more interesting.
Tyreek?
Some of the odds on let's talk about the running backs, because we figure maybe his passing numbers will be lower because of the running game. Raheem Mostert, who last year had a career year, 1,012 yards. This year, they're projecting 700 yards.
Yeah, because I think the rookie now will be a second-year pro, and you see the impact that Achane has. So I think he may get a little bit more carries. Maybe you'd be utilized a little bit more out of the backfield. Okay. And he also got the who they drafted from the kid from Tennessee, right?
Jalen Wright.
Jalen Wright. So, yeah.
Well, that would make sense until I tell you this. Devon Achane, last year, 800 yards. There were some injuries in there. This year projected 750.
That's probably because they're predicting that he's going to get hurt, or he might miss a couple of games. Think about it. If he doesn't get hurt, he might be rushing for 2. You might have 2 1,000-yard running backs.
Yep. Raheem Mostert rushing touchdowns, 8.5. Last year, he had 18. He led the league. Man, 8.5, though. That's a. You got
a bigger back this year.
I was going to say, is the prediction this year that the offense isn't going to be that prolific for the Miami Dolphins?
Well, hold on. How many? You haven't said the yards for the receivers.
We can go into that in just a minute, but we've got Devon Achane rushing touchdowns, 7.5.
I need to know what you're saying with the receivers, because if you go by the running backs, they're basically saying that both running backs are going to combine for 1,600 yards. So if you're combining for 1,600 yards and you have a quarterback that's throwing for almost 4,200 yards, that's 5,800 of total yards of total offense between those two positions.
But it's down. But all of them are down from last year. They're saying Odell Beckham Jr. 400 yards. Over under.
I think he might go over. He might.
He is that third option.
Okay.
Might not be going to him as much. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to find some of these other guys on the team. I'm going through every player in the league.
Tyreek's trying to get a new contract, so him getting
He's gonna
2,000 is
ball out.
he's definitely going to try to push for that. If there's no injury, we know that Tyreek can get that.
Well, yeah, we know that for sure.
And Jalen just got paid, so he's definitely going to want to produce and showcase and show why he got paid.
Like, what is it? Something death and taxes. You know, Jalen Waddle's going to get 1,000 yards. They have him right at 1,000 yards receiving this year.
So if they got him at 1,000, where do they have Tyreek then?
There's no way. I mean, you got to take these odds, right?
I'm jumping on it.
He's at 1,375 yards.
Okay.
I'm not a gambling man, but I'm gambling here. Vlad.
Jump. Yo, like I said, if those are the odds right now, bet it.
It's the over is plus 105. I mean,
bet it.
Taking candy from a baby here, aren't we? I mean, the only way he only gets
the only way this doesn't happen if Tua gets hurt. If everybody's healthy, no, but if everybody is healthy, I'm still expecting a big offensive production from the team. The only thing, but they don't know, it would be the odds makers are saying that the offensive line, maybe they don't think the offensive line is going to be as good as it was last season, because that's the only way I'm looking at why these numbers are a little bit low. Maybe they feel like the Dolphins offensive line is not that great, but that's just speculation. I'm just,
maybe they're expecting the Dolphins to be up by so much early in the game that they just kind of put it to rest at the end.
But if that was the case, then you would think that Mostert and HN would have higher numbers. If the guy ran for 1,012 yards last year and you have him at 750,
yeah,
780,
it's odd that they have that like such little offensive output.
You're taking 250 yards away from him. And if HN ran for
what a crowd! There you go.
There we go. Let's go, England.
We're going to get a lot of this throughout these days with soccer on. I'm going to be yelling in the middle of sentences. That was a cracker.
Okay.
But yeah, they shouldn't. They're expecting, I guess, the offense to just kind of take a downturn.
I don't know. That's weird.
Look, I'm going to do this because I didn't do it last year and I made a mistake. We know what this Dolphins is going to be like. Offense is going to be prolific and awesome all first half of the season. And the second half, hold tight and just see what happens. First half of the season, though, light them up. And then we shall see. Christian McCaffrey, receiving yards, 500. Gotta like that. I still like some of these odds, man. Glad I went on this. Might make us some money. Maybe we can go out on location and broadcast live from the Fade Show one of these days.
I don't know if you're scoring 70 every game, man.
70 every game? No.
I think you need to relax with that.
That would be a dream come true, though, for a Dolphins fan base. For me to be a part of that, oh my goodness.
But no, it's maybe they think their offense will be more balanced this season in his third year.
Maybe different type of offense. I don't.
I would definitely jump on those.
Tyreek for sure.
On those
and
on these player props.
Tyreek and Tua, you've seen if they're healthy, they'll be fine. They'll get those easy.
He leads the league in passing, and this is a passing league right now.
Are you a long-term bettor like that, Vlad, though? Are you someone that likes to put money in and then just wait to see how it plays out during the season, or do you need more instant gratification?
No, because, it depends on what sport you're talking about.
Like, would you take a flyer right now on the Panthers because their odds are pretty decent to win next year's Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
And you'll just let the money sit there for...
You would have to just let the money sit because no matter what, once you bet this, you don't know how that season's going to go. The minute you bet it, that first game, your franchise player could get hurt. Guess what? Right. That's money done.
Yeah. That would be the worst. Like, let's say you got a great feeling about the Panthers, and I still do have a great feeling about the Panthers next year. And I say, you know what? The odds are great. I'm going to get in on it right now. I'm feeling good. I'm going to put $1,000 down on the Panthers next season. And then something crazy happens at the beginning of the season, like in the first game, and you're like, oh no. Oh no.
Or how about, you put money on a team thinking this is your time that the team's going to win, and then 4 plays later, your franchise quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. You spend money on tickets and travel and lodging because you expect everything. That you expect this is going to be a great season, and then it can happen. You got to live and die with it. That's your choice. You didn't have to put money on that game.
Yeah, that's why I make a trip out of it. If I'm going to see my team play somewhere, I go somewhere that I want to visit, because even if it's a crappy team or season or whatever's going on, at least you get a nice little trip out of it. But these odds are pretty nice. I like them, so might have to go do a little betting during this break. Up next, though, we're going to keep it a buck here on 560 WQAM.
station.
Now this one dedicated to the girl with the face on the devil
Ooh.
heart. You know, so rock up your
Yo, you in yo. Whoever put this song in there is horrible.
What'd they do?
They put the wrong artist.
Oh goodness.
They put Beanie Man when it's Shaka Demons and Pliers.
They obviously know what they're doing.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what you do, man. Time to keep it a buck, 100%. What we know as truths. I got a couple of them already right out the gate, man. I want to just get them out hot and fast. Pause. First things first, Inter Miami, they've been doing very well without, in fact, perfect without Messi or Suarez, who are on international duty right now in the Copa America. They're going into FC Cincinnati tonight. And I can tell you this, man, FC Cincinnati is waiting on them. And I have a feeling Inter Miami is going to have a tough night tonight. FC Cincinnati is no slouch. They are actually the second best team in MLS. They got some firepower. I feel as though tonight might be the end of that run without Messi and Suarez getting the wins tonight over there in Cincinnati. I could be wrong. I mean, if you'd have told me the team would be 4-0 without the guys the past 4 games, I would tell you there's no way. But tonight just seems like it's a tall task against FC Cincinnati. Also want to talk about my Marlins. Yeah, they're on a losing streak. And yeah, they lost to the White Sox last night. And they were down 3-0 for a while. They came back and made it respectable 3-2. But I'm telling you, Marlins going to rally today. And tomorrow, they're going to get 2 out of 3 from the White Sox because I'm a numbers guy. And I just think the revert back to the mean will happen. The Marlins will win the next 2 games. So if you're on your way to the Marlins game, say hello to Officer Perez for us. And you should get a win today. You should get a win tomorrow, simply because the Marlins are a much better team than the White Sox. And I just do not see the White Sox winning that series. Vlad, what do you want to keep a buck? A lot?
I ain't really much to keep a buck, bro.
What about your Yankees?
No, I'll keep a buck. They're struggling right now.
They have admitted that they're
struggling right now. I'll keep it a buck. No, they're struggling right now. But they're right. They've won enough games to give them a cushion to go through a little struggle. I think they just want to hit the All-Star break and just regroup and get ready for the second half of the season. Keep it a buck. I thought you really couldn't kill somebody. I thought once you kill somebody, like you kill them, right? And then you could dance on their, parade, or you could have a parade on
their grave.
Yeah, dance on their grave. You could have a parade and everything. One Mr. Kendrick Lamar. I thought the beef with
there's more
Drake
nastiness.
No. This was
it's getting more people involved.
No, not even getting more people involved. Forget the whole Rick Ross situation.
Yeah,
right?
that's a serious thing.
That's nasty work.
That his selector got beat down. I get scared about that.
Yeah, and his
He also got punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean, that's just nasty work. I mean, look, I know what you're doing, but sometimes that's when trolling goes wrong. You got to understand where you at sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into hostile territory and start doing something crazy.
No, that's not good.
For those that don't know, Rick Ross had some concert. His DJ started playing Kendrick Lamar
when they were leaving
in Toronto.
They were done with their performance. It was in Vancouver.
Oh, it was Vancouver.
Yeah, it was in Toronto. No, it was in Toronto. It was Vancouver. They were leaving the festival. He was done performing, and then he left. The
DJ started playing disc cuts.
Right, and then they were leaving. A couple of people from Canada, from Vancouver, weren't with it. They're Drake fans or Drake stands, and they decided to take matters into their own hand. And I felt bad for the DJ and that poor security guard. Thank God those guys weren't big, because that security guard, he was taking he was eating cakes, man. He was eating shots, bro. He was taking them.
However, Uncle Luke got involved.
However, Uncle Luke made a mention, like, come on, Drake, Drake should, like, not, because what happened is the next day was Canada Day. And Drake shouted out everybody from the whole country of Canada, which was, his way of saying, you can't come to my country and don't think my people are going to stand up for me. So he was giving them props. And that's why I think Uncle Luke had made mention of it, to saying, like, you're the bigger artist. You should stop that. If they listen to you, they're such fans of yours, they would listen to you if you say, we're not trying to have any violence. Because guess what now? No, Arby used to love to come to Miami.
Oh yeah.
Aubrey was always on the front court.
I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm just saying now. I
wanna say
don't know if he can go to KODs anymore coming to Miami after what happened to Ross.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to fuel this beef or anything like that. But if Drake doesn't come to Miami anymore, I'm not gonna be hurt.
Nobody's gonna be hurt. He might be hurt. He loves Miami.
Right?
Yeah. But anyway, so here we are chilling. 4th of July. Everybody chilling.
I know exactly what's going on. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, notification. Kendrick Lamar drops the Not Like Us video. Now, everybody speculated how the video was going to be, Cousin. We thought maybe they were going to take footage from the pop-up concert from Juneteenth. We did see that there was there was pictures going around showing that, he brought out the whole city, everybody from Compton, everybody was LA. They were, recording. So now you see the video. Everything that man said in this beef, he visually put it in this video. It is probably one of the greatest videos I've seen in such a long time because there was so many Easter eggs, so many nuggets, bro, that if you know what's going on, it's like it was so explained. And it just destroyed everything that Drake had said during the beef. It was just like, well, everything you said, he's a lie. So now a lot of the terms, you a lie. You a lie. You know what I mean? Like everything that Kendrick was saying just happens to be true, and everything that Drake was saying just happened to be false. And just a little, obviously the implication that Kendrick was saying is that Drake likes, minors, and and there was just a lot of like little nuggets of like beating up an owl, but owl piñata, and usually piñatas are done in kid parties and hopscotch, and the number of in the hopscotch, or the fact that when he was doing push-ups, which was Drake's first response to Kendrick, first diss track to Kendrick, he was doing push-ups. He did push-ups and he stopped at 17. Why do you stop at 17 push-ups? Because you're an adult at 18.
Okay.
It was just little Easter eggs like that, like little stuff like that. And then towards the end of the video, Kendrick brings out his wife and family. And during the beef, Drake was saying that you're not with your wife. What's going on? You're not the person that you paint that you are. Why is your wife in? Why are you in Brooklyn? Why is your wife in LA? Your son that you claim is yours is not. It might be your general manager's. All of that. Well, guess who did the video? His general manager. Guess who did the pop-up concert? Produced the pop-up concert? His general manager. Guess who was at the pop-up concert? His wife and kids. Guess who's in the video? Crip walking. His wife and kids. By the way, his wife in a wife beater shirt. Absolutely. It's just, dude,
They're kind of like the hip hop version of the Kardashians. Like they're like the Kardashians.
It's beautiful, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I got to keep it a buck. It was beautiful.
I keep it a buck.
It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. So many, the fans spinning, the son playing basketball, because Drake had mentioned hopefully one day you and my son can play ball on a court. And then he had it was just masterpiece, man. I know some people might not like, what are these two gentlemen talking about? Get back to 2 in his contract. But I'm just keeping it a buck.
Are people texting that in?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Someone's gonna get hurt in this whole thing.
No. Nobody needs to get hurt. Like, it's over. That's the end.
I mean, except Rick Ross got punched this weekend.
No, you can't troll. You gotta understand where you're trolling.
That's what I'm saying. Someone's gonna get hurt.
But you have to understand where you're trolling.
Once again, the beef has tentacles. But it does kind of remind me of the Kardashians. I would say they are the hip-hop version of the Kardashians.
No.
It's a very good comparison.
No, I don't think so.
Coming back in just a few minutes, we'll get some more sports information. And if there's other beefs going on in the world here on 560 WQAM.
I got a big full of cash, just seen a big old.
Hope you had a happy 4th of July. I know a lot of people had the day off. A lot of people, if they were lucky, had off Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. So if you're enjoying that long holiday, good for you. If you're like some people, now I got to give the credit. I was walking and moved my car because the illegal parking starts taking place at 8 a.m. 7 a.m. They had guys painting buildings in my neighborhood on 4th of July, already in the sun. I was like, man, that's a rough one right there. But you got to do what you got to do. I understand that. Marlins, they're going to be taking on the White Sox later on today. I'm sure the whole entire baseball world will be watching that. The Euro's going on right now. England, Switzerland. I'm saying it right now. I think England has this one, Vlad. It could be a curse. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I think England's got this one.
I don't know. I think, unfortunately, because of the rules that we're talking about with these soccer, soccer federations, Switzerland, I think, would love to get into the penalty kick. And
the only problem
is they have 2:15s they're gonna have to play if there's not a game-winning goal or go-ahead goal scored by either team right now in regulation. During the 95th minute, and how many extra minutes added? 2 more minutes?
Yes. No, this is extra time right now. So you're in the first 15-minute block.
Oh my God, that's right. I didn't even know. I thought I guess they were regulations already over. Okay, so yeah. So they got another 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I guess.
So it is hard to follow all the rules and all the different federations. Every tournament wants to be different. The Euros,
I like the fact that they play the extra 15. That's what you do in the World Cup.
If it's tied after regulation, they go to a first 15-minute extra time. If you take a lead, then you win at the end of that 15 minutes. If not, there's another 15 minutes extra time. And if it's still tied after that, then you go to penalty kicks. Copa America, I had to tell a lot of people, including people in Venezuela kits last night, what the rules were for the Copa America overtimes. I said, there is no extra time. There is no nothing. At the end of regulation, if it's tied, it's penalty kicks. So put your heart in your throat and hold tight because it's going to be wild. And it is. And I expect a lot of more good games. Colombia has been so good this tournament. Tonight they face Panama in a match where Colombia should win. Panama, man, they're dirty. So
here's the thing, though, right?
Colombia's fast, though.
If we're comparing tournaments, because there have been losses and some of the mighty teams in the Euros have it advanced, I think you may get better semifinal and finals in the Copa than you would in the Euro.
Argentina, Canada does not excite me, Vlad. I'm gonna disagree on that one.
Okay, but what about
Colombia? Possibly. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say that. Colombia, Panama. The winner of that faces Uruguay, Brazil.
So then there you go.
So you got one good match.
So okay, and you have one good match in the. You're gonna have one good match in the Euros. You got France and France and Spain. What are you gonna get? You might get what? England versus Turkey.
Or England versus Clockwork Orange. Now
that would be a good.
Pretty good, Vlad.
That would be good, but you might not get that. You might not get that.
Of course, you got to play. You don't know what's going to happen tonight. You might get Panama beating Colombia.
You just hate Canada for this. You just hate Canada.
No, I don't hate Canada.
Yeah, you do. You hate Canada.
No, I have no problems with Canada.
You hate anything. You know what I love about you?
You're the one talking all this noise about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I have no problem with it.
You know what I love about you? You hate anything that's north of the United States or south of the United States.
I disagree.
Soccer wise.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
Soccer wise.
I'm not a CONCACAF fan of other teams.
You hate Mexico soccer and you hate the Canadian soccer team right now. You're very upset.
I'm a little more upset at the United States.
Exactly. So you're taking your anger towards the U.S. men's national team, towards the teams on top of you, and below you.
I don't appreciate them also knocking out Venezuela last night either. I was cheering for Venezuela. But yeah, that's upsetting. But I mean, I'll have only myself to be upset with. And I don't know why I'm so upset because I don't play for the U.S. national team. But yeah. Tough go right there. Switzerland, though, they're sneaky good. Don't know if they can hold on, but we shall see. We shall see. Of course, Inter Miami, they got some action tonight. They are going to be playing FC I was going to say FC Barcelona, FC Cincinnati. That would be a matchup right there.
I think I think Inter would be able to beat Barcelona right now.
No, Barcelona's still really good.
They just let go of their head coach again.
Xavi. Old Xavi, thanks, but no thanks. Inter Miami have been on a pretty miraculous run. They've won 4 in a row without Messi or Suarez. All the games they've won 2-1. It's very interesting. Marlins, they did not end their 5-game losing streak. They continued it yesterday. They lost to the worst team in the league, Chicago White Sox. They are now on a 5-game losing streak. 2 play again today at 4. Yoni Chirinos will start for the Fish.
Yanni?
Yoni.
Oh, Yoni.
Yonny. Instead of
okay.
Johnny, Yoni.
Okay.
Yoni Chirinos.
Yoni. Okay.
Yoni Chirinos. Canes have landed 2 highly coveted commits, 5-star offensive linemen, S.J. Alofetulu, and a 4-star safety, Hilton Stubbs. Stubbs from Florida, while Alofetulu has played for Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas.
Powerhouse.
It's crazy, man. Some of these high schools now, they're not even high schools, it seems like. Although Bishop Gorman, I played Bishop Gorman in college.
Right,
High school
video
basketball.
game?
No, basketball. I played him in basketball.
Okay.
And they hadn't come up yet, but they were like, you got to watch out for Bishop Gorman. It's a school here in Las Vegas. It's starting to get really good at sports. And I was like, oh, okay. They weren't that good. But then they were like, oh, they won the Nevada State Championship in basketball. It's like, well, Nevada State Championship in basketball isn't all that great. But now I'm sure they're just dogs, man. I know football-wise, they're great. And then, of course, you got IMG across the state here in South Florida. I wonder what type of sacrifice that is for a parent. Like, you're living in Ohio or Virginia, and your son or daughter gets an invite to go to IMG. I wonder what it's like to send them off to school like that at such a young age. I guess it's a blessing and a curse a little bit. I don't know. Panthers' names will be added to the Stanley Cup this week when each player will get their assigned day with the cup.
Time out. So,
I don't know. Yes.
you know what I'm about to ask.
I thought about this yesterday.
You know what I'm about to ask you then.
But then how do they know who gets it for this past week?
Thank you, bro. Thank you, Kuzan. I'm like, wait a minute.
Kachuk just been like, hey, I'll turn
It's
the
been
lights out.
Because all I've seen is Kachuk and Barkov with the trophy. Right?
Roberto Luongo was with it for a little while, too.
Luongo had it, but like,
so is that one of those things like, I'll just hold on to this for a while. All right, cool.
because now it makes sense when some of them on Sunday finally, like, it looked like they finally seen it since it's the first time they've seen it since Monday. Since when they won the game, won game 7 and won the cup. So I can understand why certain players were holding it with like, hey, how you doing? Like a missing friend. But geez. What, like, who was why? I guess the star players get the trophy first,
Right. Or just they kind of just, what do you call it, monopolize the time, and the keeper of the cup's just like, yeah, since no one's assigned to it right now, I'll just follow it around and whatever.
But I also think as well they had to give the cup back and it for the names because they got to clean it from all the nastiness that was.
I just like that it was at Club 11.
Yeah, who took it to Club 11?
I don't remember. I wasn't.
Was
there.
it Kachuk? It went in the ocean.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It went in the ocean, bro.
Yes, that was pretty bad. Like, there's a Club 11 in Panther Stadium. What? I just want the Panthers hit the club party with the Stanley Cup. I don't know who brought it in there. That's there's footage, but I don't feel like pulling it up on the computer right now. I know what Club 11 is like on the inside. I don't need to see footage. But yeah, it is interesting. Like, how do they designate who had it this past week? Nonetheless, we know that Anton Lundell been signed to a 6-year contract. Reinhardt, we got him back locked in for a long time. The core of this team looks like they're going to be here for a while with Paul Maurice and those guys going to be making it happen. So we're very excited. Hopefully have another parade, another party. And then, take the cup where you want. What would you do with your day with the cup? I asked Marcos this yesterday on the Tobin and Leroy show. What would your day with the cup be like? I'm just talking about some of the highlights and lowlights.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm smoking a blunt out off it. I'm hashing a blunt off the cup.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing a crazy. I'm drinking off the cup. I'm not eating out of the cup. That's one thing I'm not eating out of the cup. I'm probably having I'm probably pulling the Yager too. I'm definitely doing Yager.
I thought that was a given. Yes.
I'm definitely pulling a Jaromir Yager with the cup.
Yeah, I'd probably take it out to some nightclub. I'd probably take it to some dive bars. I'd take it to Funky Buddha there, the official craft beer of Florida Panthers. Take it to Duffy's and Plantation. Go to Waffle House, eat at Waffle House. I just like the idea of taking a picture with the Stanley Cup at a Waffle House. I don't know why that's so exciting to me.
I'm definitely taking it to Tootsie's.
Yeah, I thought that's another thing that you owe it to the cup to do is take it to Tootsie's.
Definitely taking it to Tootsie. Definitely taking a Cheetah.
And then someone was like, "Are you going to buy it at Dance?" I'm like, "I don't think it needs."
I'm buying it at Dance.
No, you don't have to buy it at Dance. They don't get a Dance.
I'm buying it at
dances.
Dance. I'm buying it 2 dances. Stanley.
They don't get a free dance.
Come on, Stanley. I got to show. But Stanley's never been to a South Florida nightclub. He never been to Cheetahs.
Here's the tough question. So you're buying him 2 dances.
Absolutely.
What are the 2 ladies going to look like? Because they can't look the same unless that's what he likes.
Nah, they got to be South Florida's finest.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a variety. South Florida's got the finest,
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely, I'll tell you this, it won't be Canadian. He's been around too many Canadians.
He hadn't been to Canada in a while.
But he still's there. That's where he lives.
Right. But most of the year he's out on the road.
No, he's not. He's chilling.
Gets around.
Nah, he's chilling like Santa Claus.
Gets around.
He gets around when it's when it's April. But yeah, definitely take him to an. Yeah, he's going out.
Heat begins Summer League today at 6:30 versus Golden State in San Francisco. That should be an exciting one if you want to see how Khalil Ware and Pallel Larson are going to do. First 2 draft picks for the Miami Heat. 4:30, Bronny James going to get his first Summer League taste with the LA Lakers. How do you feel overall, Vlad? Are people for the most part are people for the most part wanting
My back's feeling better.
Yeah, I had some back issues earlier this week, but I don't know. Do you feel as though overall people want Bronny James to succeed in some way or want him to fail?
I mean, it's whatever, bro.
I think a majority of people want him to succeed.
I think people want him to succeed, and it's just it's so hypocritical because I always want people to put themselves in a position if the roles were reversed, right?
If it were your child,
yeah. If it was you, if you were great at something that you established to the point that you've done so much for a business that you love, that your child also loves and wants to be involved in. So what's the difference? Like in law firms, kids, parents, attorneys, they join their father or mother's law firm if they're good. And why not? Why wouldn't they want to follow the family business? So yeah, I get it. You're thinking sports is supposed to be competition and that. Okay, but it's not like the kid was drafted number 1. He's the 55th pick. That 55th pick is no different than being it's only like six picks away from being an undrafted free agent.
Right. The argument is this though, like, did that warrant a 4-year, $8 million contract?
That's what all second round picks get.
Okay.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's what all second round picks get. They get 4 years, 7.9 million. It wasn't like he was getting anything special. It's just, that's the thing. I think what it is with us is that when you see somebody and you feel like they've already have it all, so now that they have it all and they're getting more, and it's like maybe something you don't think they earned, but they're just getting it because of who they are and what they are. Guess what? That's been life, man. That's life. You see it in every example in every walk of life.
My thing is, if you're rooting against Bronny James, what has he done to you that makes you want to root against him? He hasn't done anything to anybody.
He was just produced by LeBron James.
Right. And another thing is, if you're rooting against him because of his father, why is he suffering for, quote unquote, the sins of his father? Can't he have his own road?
What sin? But what sin did the father do?
Well, people just don't like him, the way he treated people in Miami or the way they left here. And, some people say that.
It is what it is. But like, if you're really if you're butthurt about that,
are people still upset about the whole LeBron situation here in Miami?
It just really showcases more about you. It just really shows you.
I mean, I wish LeBron James would have gone to the Pelicans and won 2 championships and left. Oh my God.
I just don't think. No, it's about how everything. It's about everything.
Happy birthday, Zion Williamson, by the way. 24.
Trying to find a joke somewhere.
Birthday cake.
No, because he was
How
losing,
many all of his
he was
kids?
losing weight.
How are all of his kids gonna celebrate?
Nah, you know what? I'm trying to find a better joke.
Is he gonna sit this one
No,
out?
I'm trying to find a better joke than the one about him, like, you know, with baby mama strippers
Those
and
are
porn
just a few
stars.
off the top of my head that I came up with that people are probably
Yeah,
saying.
I'm trying to see, you know.
Why has it got to be a joke? Is another thing.
Oh, come on, man. When last summer, think about, look what you see what a year does. You see what a year does. What were we talking about last year at this time about Zion Williamson? How out of shape and the baby mama drama he was going through. And look at now a year now. Now everybody's talking about can he and Deontay Murray and
CJ McCollum,
possibly
Brandon Ingram,
and see what they do with the Brandon Ingram situation. So it's different, you see.
I got off the air last week and went straight home and put on my Brandon Ingram jersey. And someone was like, "Why are you wearing an Ingram jersey?" I go, "I don't know how much longer I can." Or at least this one.
That's a fact.
So can we start the rumor? Maybe the Miami Heat would be interested in the sign and trade for Brandon Ingram. We already talked about this. We're first. I don't want to. If it shows up one of these days and you hear any of the other talk shows on this station talking about it, don't let them be like, you know, we got to this one. Nope.
That's funny.
I won't call in. I will come in and be like, hold up. We started that. You can thank us later. Let's do this soccer action. Spain did defeat Germany in extra added time. 2-1. France got Portugal 5-3 in a shootout. Venezuela heartbroken by Canada, shootout 4-3. Right now, we've got ourselves a banger between England and Switzerland. It is 1-1. It is in the second extra time. If it is tied at the end of the second extra time, they'll go to penalty kicks, and we'll probably just do a segment, Vlad, where we break down the penalty kicks because I think that would be exciting.
Of course.
And we'll overreact to everything.
By the way, I love the fact that this these tournaments has really kept me entertained. Because after last week's NBA free agency, everything's kind of slowed down, died down. You know what I mean?
You're telling me Marlins White Sox isn't keeping you riveted. I don't get you, man.
That's anti-horny.
10 Russian wrestlers who were invited to compete at the Paris Olympics as neutral athletes have turned down the invite because they felt as though the IOC left off some of the premier wrestlers from their country on the invite list.
Russians are scared.
I did look at the list. Some of the guys that had won medals in the past at Olympics were kept off the list. I was like, well, the Olympics will keep you occupied for about a month.
Right into training camp, even in preseason.
I can't wait. Ooh, Harry Kane took a nasty fall, apparently.
Yeah, man, he's old.
He's still got a couple tricks up his sleeve. The Switzerland guy is maybe 3'4".
Holy man.
I'm not trying to knock. And I mean, there's an obvious joke in there is of the Franco-Fet, heritage.
My God.
French people aren't known as the tallest people in the world.
Oh my God. He looks like a no.
I'm full of jokes today.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're on one.
I really am. Man, maybe I should live a cleaner life now. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Speaking of being on one, let's go ahead and get into the day spa. A woman says she constantly gets asked the same question from guys on dating apps. You want to know what that question is on the dating app, Vlad?
Are her breasts real?
I knew you were going to have a good one. Basically, it's how is online dating going for you? She said that's an automatic delete. Who asked that?
Yeah, that's a weak sauce, bro. Like, come on, man. Shorty's going to be looking at you like you have no personality. Like, really? You ask me like...
No,
and here's another reason why that question is nasty. How long you been on a dating app? If you're asking like how long, how's the online dating work?
Why do you want to know about someone else's dating history when you're worried about the dating history you're going to have with them?
Are you trying to probably figure out how many bodies has been caught?
That's one thing you never do on a dating app because there are not automated responses, but there's certain things you can hit like, okay, what's up? And maybe that's one of them. Like, how's online dating? That's the most impersonal thing. I never do that on dating. I never did that on dating apps.
Yeah, Freudian slip right there. Okay, then.
Coming up next, why does everyone seem to hate Tyler Hero? Maybe not everyone, but there seems to be some Tyler Hero hate. And should we be loving DeMar DeRozan? That's next, 560 WQAM.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
Walk around like Tizo. What's up with these opponents?
Sports Day on 560 WQAM. Glad don't get me beat up after this show, man.
I'm John Stockton.
Video out for Not Like Us. Cop it at your
Cop it at your local. If God's watching,
cop it at your local YouTube.com.
It's so fire.
Tyler Hero. He was our dude forever.
Now, rookie year, everybody was in love with that man. 2020 bubble.
Sixth man of the year.
Sixth man of the year
is the limit.
Miami Chic. He was
now,
the man.
It's like, man, what can we get for him? It seems like a lot of times.
Last 2 years is like, he's like the middle child.
Yes.
He's the Jan Brady of the Miami Heat.
Sun Sentinels Ira Winderman asked a very interesting question. One of his articles says, for Ask Ira, why all the Hero hate? Or is it solely based on the contract? So the question is, why are the Heat still holding on to Tyler Hero? He's not a good fit with the rest of the team. Boston and New York improved by trading quality players for players that fit better. Shouldn't the Heat follow suit? Morty in Miami. Ira responds, and why precisely does Tyler Hero not fit? Does he not fit because of his fit against the salary cap? Does he not fit because the Heat brought in similar skill set of Terry Rozier? Does he not fit because he's surrounded by teammates with similar defensive liabilities? Now, if he can, or any player can be moved for an upgrade or at least a better roster balance, then yes, you go for it. As the Knicks did with RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, or the Celtics did with Marcus Smart, Robert Williams. Cold reality is players in the league are considered assets, movable pieces, including boy wonders. But the underlying narrative of Hero somehow failing the Heat are misguided. He is a good player. Good player. Who has had a good start to his career and has shown moments of a higher level, such as his performance in the victory of the playoffs with Boston in April. So that's what I was wondering. Is Tyler Hero not a good fit for this team? Or is it, if he had a different contract, would we be saying more favorable things about Tyler Hero?
I think what it is with Tyler is the fact that he started out so good that expectations grew as he started off so well. So the question is has he reached his ceiling? That's what he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or will he be able to break through the ceiling and become what I think many people down here expected because of his great start? So I'm not looking at money anymore because guess what? That's just the market, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. You understand? You're like what Tu was said a couple of weeks ago. I mean, a couple of months ago is right. The market's the market. So if he's able to produce numbers and he's helping you win and it's time to re-up, it's either do you re-sign your guy and grow with him, or do you let him go and then he becomes an integral part of somebody else's team, and then you look at yourself like, damn, why didn't I keep him? It's a tough decision. It's tough. I think what hurts is the fact that he's injured. The injury hurts because I think if he's not hurt and you see this is what he is, and then you know what to expect. But because he's hurt, there's games where he's, oh man, Tyler's not the same. And then there are games where it's like, oh my God, Tyler's showing he's a creator, he's a playmaker, and he can get his shot and create for others. Like the playoff winning Boston. That was one of his best games ever. What, he had like 10, 13 assists that game?
Yep.
Right? It was like 22 points, but I think he had 13 assists. And even Spo said after the game, like, that was the best game I've ever seen you play. So he can get buckets, but he also has the talent and the skills to get others involved, but it's not in a consistent basis. And then when you look at other teams and then you see some of the players that were drafted around the same time as Tyler, or they expect this the equivalent output that Tyler should be showing, and then you're like, damn, okay, what's going on here? And then here's the other insult. You think Tyler's good, and then you come to find out from other teams when you're using him as the asset in a trade, he's not looked at with much value from others outside
right,
of your own organization.
Right.
So that's tough.
I'll tell you, a lot of unfortunate things have happened also with Tyler Hero. He had the good start, and we thought the sky's the limit. He had that sixth man. We thought the sky's the limit. He got into the starting lineup, kind of started dealing with injuries. Did not help him at all that he got hurt in that playoff run very early, and the Heat made it all the way to the finals, making it almost look like they could, I mean, they did do it without him, but they could do that over and over again without him, that it was not that important. But then he comes back the beginning of this past season. He had the injury. You thought, oh, he's just going to be so motivated. He's going to be so great. He's going to show you why we need to keep him. And he started out good. And you started saying, watch this. When he gets cooking really good, he's going to be unbelievable. And injuries derailed him again. Once again, having everyone say, well, what's the point if he's going to be injured? So those situations really, really, I think that's kind of changed the narrative on Tyler Hero a little bit about why there's quote unquote hate towards him is that he hasn't progressed the way we want him to progress, which that's not his fault because I mean, we want you to progress to a 40 point per game average and be the greatest player of all time. That's what we want from everybody. But also the untimeliness of that playoff run with him injured. And then the comeback, which this season was supposed to be unbelievable, also injured. And what do you say? I mean,
it's nothing really. I mean, those are all facts.
And you just say like, and you know what? Tyler Hero's put in a tough spot. He was going to wait till I'm healthy. It's like, when are you going to be healthy? We need you to be healthy. When I'm healthy, I'm one of the best players in the league. And the response would be,
this may be the first summer he's probably gone through in the last 3 years where he's not hearing his name in a trade or in a rumored trade. It's probably the first time. For now, but it's not like heavy. Right. Because we kind of understand that the Heat are really handcuffed right now. They're not able to sign free agents and they would have to do a trade. And now, and because we started this segment because we're about to play Woj and his comments about DeMar DeRozan, who, the Chicago Bulls guard, who's leaving Chicago last night. I believe he sent a goodbye letter to the city of Chicago. And there has been rumors that DeMar DeRozan and the Miami Heat have mutual interest. And did he get the run in? Oh, you bum. I'm sorry, watching the Yankees.
DJ LeMahieu.
Come on, man. Runner on third, one out. He can't get the guy in. Come on, man. What's going on, DJ? Anyway, DeMar DeRozan, one of the best clutch players in the fourth quarter last season, a guy who's an instant bucket getter, a guy who was also hates Drake. He's from Compton. He's from Compton. He was in the video. He was in the Down Like Us. Not like us. Not like us video. But DeMar is a bucket getter, a guy who can come to Miami and help with Jimmy. But I know I've heard people in the station, I believe Leroy, say like, him and Jimmy are similar type of players. But I think of getting a player like DeMar would help Jimmy would help Jimmy a lot because now he doesn't have to feel like he has to take so much load in the offense.
Okay. Well, I thought something was very interesting. Listen to what Woj had to say about, of course, DeMar DeRozan, pretty much done deal that he's out of Chicago, but where he might end up.
What's the latest you're hearing on DeMar DeRozan? Well, certainly, I think DeMar DeRozan has played his last game for the Chicago Bulls. The one team that's been dug in with him and trying to find a sign and trade scenario, the Sacramento Kings, they've been talking this week, and they're going to need a third team involved in a sign and trade. Chicago, while they certainly are willing to facilitate helping DeMar DeRozan get more than the mid-level exception on a team that doesn't have cap space, they don't want to take back contracts or certainly significant contracts. They'll need a third team to route a bigger salary to. But those conversations continue. And listen, I think there are some other scenarios for DeMar DeRozan, but I think Sacramento right now is the team to watch between now and as the moratorium ends here over the next 24, 48 hours.
Notice, no Miami, Sacramento. I'm not totally high on DeMar DeRozan for the facts that his defensive numbers are not very good.
Hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you something about Miami.
I'm not finished.
I don't want to hear nothing about defense, okay? Because here's the thing about Miami. They can't score.
Go ahead.
You can't score.
Okay. He doesn't take a lot of threes.
Okay, guess what? You need to get buckets in the postseason. He gets buckets.
What are your two biggest scorers? Where do they play around? What is their range?
Well, Jimmy, I don't know what Jimmy range is. Jimmy gets to the paint, man.
Mid-range paint guy.
Mid-range paint. I don't know. Mid-range paint guy. Well, they want him to go outside now.
So what does DeMar DeRozan?
Mid-range.
Mid-range. So we're just gonna jam up the mid-range, man, and just 2 points ahead. I mean, now 24 points a game is great.
But here's the thing, though. If you have a three-headed monster like that, along with Tyler, right? Because this would have to wait. Is he a free agent or is he?
You would guess that Terry Rozier would have to be part of a sign and trade.
Right. Okay.
Hero because
one of those two is gonna have to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's why: when Jimmy goes to the bench, right, and it's Bam, that's the focal point of the offense. The bench production is not the same, and it's not Bam's fault. Just that there's just not another person with them that can go that can help them with the offense. But if you put DeMar and Bam to start a second quarter now, you got two guys. So when Jimmy's getting his rest, you don't have to worry about anything. And then you sit DeMar when Jimmy comes in, and then boom, you end the half with both of them on the court with Bam. That's my thinking.
Or you can always have that mid-range guy. It's either Jimmy or DeMar.
But guess what? Those mid-range guys are going to get inside the paint and be able to throw the pass to Duncan Robinson, to Tyler Hero, to Terry Rozier. These guys are going to have open three-point looks. Kevin Love, open three-point looks. When these guys get into the paint, because once they get going, you're going to have to double team. You double teaming, they move the ball around. The one thing that the Heat are missing is the guy that can make the defense move. When you guys were good, when you were the number 1 seed, you were one of the best three-point shooters. You know why? Because you guys moved the ball. So when we're moving the ball, the defense wasn't set. Somebody was open, and you guys were nailing that corner three. That's what they need to get back to.
Moving the ball. You don't think they could put a zone defense against a bunch of mid-rangers, though? I don't know.
By the way, the penalty kick has started between England and Sweden, and Sweden just missed one, and England scored their first.
Yeah, England
penalty.
got the first one, no doubt. Sweden got it blocked. All right, you want to do it? Let's go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Bellingham. We love Bellingham. So
Jude,
this better be a goal.
Come on, Jude.
21-year-old.
Jude could have the best summer of his life right now. He won Champions League, the 15th for Real Madrid. And now he can win the Euro. He can help, advance him to the semifinals of the Euro. If he wins the Euro, it'll be great.
They were showing him console Harry Kane when Harry Kane missed that World Cup penalty kick against France that cost them the game. But now Jude Bellingham has bailed out England in the previous game. Let's see if he can put him ahead right now. Whoa!
Good.
A little stutter kick right there.
And just looking at the goalie like, come on, man.
So now England's up 2-0 in penalty kicks with Switzerland's second penalty kick coming up. That was a stutter move, man. That's a brave move to almost totally stop right before you kick the ball, then go. But it did work. Bellingham gets the fans fired up. Switzerland, it's not a must make, but it almost feels like it if you go down 2-0 after 2 penalty kick rounds.
Well, you talking and describing, I'll read some text messages. Somebody from 305, do you want Charlie Wood to succeed or fail? No, I want Charlie Wood to succeed. That's Tiger's son. I would love for him to succeed.
Of course I would want to succeed. I don't want people not to succeed.
All right. The second goal attempt by Sweden is about to happen. Switzerland's about to happen.
What a text read.
The
approach and
he scored. He scored. So it's 2-1 in penalty kicks. England.
Tells him calm down. That's
all right. Another text message from the 305. They would take the cup to our bettors.
Our bettors.
Yeah, our bettors hot dogs is filled with Boston paraphernalia, so the Stanley Cup needs to go there for a visit. I like your troll style, my guy. I like how you troll. Your pettiness level is very high, and I like that. My bad. I know it's Switzerland, not Sweden. I said that. I know. I apologize.
It comes out. We're trying to call this game while we're on the air fast and going quick.
God, people want perfection here. All right.
Also got Boston and the Yankees at 3-3. So.
Yeah, 3-3. What is it? The top of the fifth?
Top of the fifth. But nonetheless, England trying to keep ahead of Switzerland.
Yes.
The Swiss, as they would say.
Rolex.
Barely.
Oh, man, another. They keep on going to that same right-hand corner.
They're going to the right-hand corner.
Right bottom right-hand corner.
Yes. And it barely got through this time.
So, right now, this is it for Switzerland. They need to score right here. If they don't, this game is over. Penalty kicks. England would win 3-1.
One big stop is all
and they would advance to the semifinals of the Euro Cup 2024.
Semifinals. Yes.
All the pressure's on you, sir.
All the pressure. Oh, and this is the little petite guy.
Oh no.
You feel confident for Switzerland. He is
my
hydrant.
God.
He is a fire hydrant. Let's see what he got though. He might have a whoop. And he almost got stopped. He almost got stopped.
Those legs.
Yeah.
They're so close to the ground, but they're stocky and strong. Pause.
Oh man.
No, literally, this guy looked like he's 4'2".
I'm not even playing that he probably is.
He looked like he could beat the crap out of you.
The winner
He's
of this gets
mad muscular.
Netherlands Turkey, who will play in just a couple of minutes because
Yeah,
this
they
game has
begin in
lasted
22
forever.
minutes. Yes.
Turkey has been a tough out, well, obviously a tough out this tournament, but Netherlands has been as solid as
I hope the
usual.
English brother doesn't miss the penalty.
Because remember last time what happened to the Euros,
man.
it was not pretty, man.
I think was it the Euros or the World Cup?
That was the Euros against Italy, yeah. And then there was a lot of nasty
the
emails.
nasty races.
People,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping for a lot of reasons he makes this goal, but that is also in the back of my mind.
But low key, I kind of want to see some drama.
I don't.
No, because then
because you start yelling and screaming with the.
Oh,
he got it through.
Man, he almost. That wasn't pretty. That wasn't pretty good. You lucky got it in, but it wasn't pretty. It wasn't good at all.
He didn't give anything away. Wow, it was a no look. He did not give his eyes or anything, and still almost got it. If you're at that game right now,
the stress,
you got to be dying.
Oh man!
And then in the back of the head, all the money you spent on that game. The
oh well, listen. If they win, is exhilarating. If they lose,
what were we saying for the Copa America Championship for the Cup game here?
It's agonizing if you lose
at Hard Rock Stadium. Remember we said like the cheapest ticket is $1,308 or something. The cheapest ticket is over $1,000, and you don't even know who's playing in it yet. Although I'm pretty sure Argentina is going to beat Canada, so they'll probably be in there. And then you'll either get, let's see, Switzerland done.
Oh, good move. All right.
So this is it right here. England.
If England scores, they win. If England misses, Switzerland has a chance to tie, and then we go to a second round of penalty kicks. And Rafael Devers just took his
you might
Garrett Cole deep. Now the Red Sox are leading 4-3.
You might not go to a second round of penalty kicks, but there will be extended penalty kicks.
I just call it second round.
Yeah, it would be another round.
Yeah,
man, I got a lot of brothers kicking the ball, man. I don't know how comfortable I am about this after what happened in the last.
Don't worry, this is gonna be a celebration.
That's true. It's true, man. So this is it right now. I don't know what's going through these guys' minds trying to take big shots. It's one thing if you're like in a basketball game or a football game trying to take a big shot. This is just you in a spotlight trying not to think it too much.
I ain't lying. I'm passing gas.
Got to clear yourself up.
I'm nervous.
You got to clear yourself up. Here we go. The kick is away and it's good. It's over.
England has won 5-3. In penalty kicks, 0-0 game.
1-1 game.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1-1. They was right. You're right. They did score a goal. 1-1
the game did start yesterday around 5 p.m. So
this was a 2-hour, 40-minute game.
Baseball games finished quicker than that.
So England's move on to the semis of the Euro 2024.
They will get the Netherlands and Turkey, who are about to start in a couple of minutes, and we'll get on that, and we'll do a little something or nothing next here on 560 WQAM.
It's your boy, young homie. You turn them off.
Appreciate everyone joining us. If you're listening in the South Florida area, 560 WQAM on the Odyssey app around the world. I know I got some Amelia and friends, or Amis, down in South Louisiana listening on the Odyssey app. And of course, you can watch and listen to us on YouTube and Twitch. Stay High 954. He's been jumping in menu. Always great. Loving to have you. Heat Culture. RVA, Richie, we love you guys so much, and gals so much. Thank you so much for joining us. So right now it's time to do a little something or nothing. Vlad, I'm going to run through some of these headlines, let you know whether, or let me know whether it's something or nothing. Andy Murray, his Wimbledon career is over. Kind of anticlimactic. You see, his mixed doubles partner, Emma Raducanu, she had to withdraw because of a wrist soreness. Something or nothing.
I mean, it's something for him. It's the end of his career at Wimbledon. He's a
two-time champ.
He's from there. It's native son, you know.
You got to go to Emma and be like, come on, just tough it out. And then
wait a minute. He missed his own. He was hurt himself. He had to
man almost died a couple times.
Okay, but he had to withdraw from the men's side. So what are you talking about? If you're withdrawing from your side, you can't be upset if she had to withdraw. Well, you gonna play mixed doubles? I think he played doubles with his brother and he lost, and that was it. Bye-bye, sayonara.
Emma Raducanu, though, he was going to do the mixed doubles.
Yeah, well, ain't nothing. No mix, no men's, no nothing. No doubles. Just single you.
That's my thing. Would you rather go out in all glory and not have the greatest career, or would you rather have a glorious career and go out in kind of a
I don't know. Listen, I know,
Look at Tom Brady.
Brady went out all right, but it could have got bad. It could have gotten bad.
That last game.
Look,
I'll never forget that.
I don't want to take shots at the dead. Lord knows he's one of the greatest of all time in the sport that he played. But, everybody always talked about Willie Mays sliding to the second base as a New York Met. That's when, that was a tough time. When you're washed. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to look like you're washed. That's why I always thought John Elway had the perfect. Elway and Jordan had until Jordan came back. But Elway was done.
Elway counts Jordan coming back.
Elway, but I mean the shot, bro. The shot. That's it. That's the final time. That's the last thing. That was always gonna be right. That was the sixth championship.
That was the third.
Right, the second three-peat. Like that would
right.
That would always, you would always remember that. That would solidify. I think that's the reason why people take shots at him, or they can take a little shots at him, because it's like you can't sweep the Washington Wizards career away. You got to count that. But if he ended his career on this shot against the Jazz, come on, man. That's how you want to end a movie. That's like Oscar winning. That's how you want to end your career, on top. Father Time didn't beat you. You told Father Time, hold this L.
There you go. See this. A French cyclist, Julien Bernard, he was fined $223 for kissing his wife during a time trial for the Tour de France.
Nah, B. Hold on.
Something or nothing.
I got fined. That's something. I get fined $223 for kissing my wife?
Yep.
What would have I got fined if I was kissing somebody else?
That's what I'd have done. Well, this is my thing. If you're going to hurt your time by stopping,
why
would you fine me for that?
I can't kiss my wife?
The route passed in front of his house, so his family and all of them were out there. He stopped.
Wait a minute, hold on. I can't kiss my wife in front of my house.
He probably pedals faster with some sugar.
Nah, hold up.
Performance enhancing.
Yo, hold on, man. They stink, bro.
Everybody does better with
you
some
know what?
sugar.
Though, whoever runs that contest is definitely single.
Tour de France.
Yeah, they get no love. Wait a minute, they find a man in the Tour de France because he passed by his house and his wife gave him a kiss.
That's it.
Wait a minute. So I'm allowed to get water.
Probably
banana. No. I'm allowed to get water, bananas. I'm allowed to get all these other things while I'm cycling to keep me, obviously hydrated and keep me with some food and energy in there, right? But I can't kiss my wife outside my house that I am recycling through. Something that I do practicing for this damn event, this damn contest. You're gonna fine me $213?
No, $223.
$223?
My thing is the cesspool that sport was with Lance Armstrong. Now you're finding guys for kissing their wives.
They can take steroids, but he can't kiss his wife.
Put your own blood back into your body. I wish.
That's wild.
If you find me for trying to get some sugar, you ain't getting that $223, but I'm getting my sugar.
What if he had a good 5-minute lead and decided, well, I'm in front of my house. Hey, park the bike right here.
Yep.
I want to go home for a quick minute.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Get some food. He's outside. No, hold on. Dan.
It's a true story. I mean, you're acting like it's unbelievable.
Dan, do you understand that the man is like he's cycling through right outside his house?
Yeah.
His family's right there. How you not gonna say hi to your family?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't pay the fine, to be honest with you. They
Think about
me
it.
Out of it.
That would be like you think when the Heat play, when basketball players play on the court and they see their families when their families are sitting up close, like they don't say hi to them.
What about
during the halftime?
What about our favorite son, Sergei Bobrovsky, as he comes off the ice?
Kissing his wife. Kissing.
No. NHL, lock him up. Suspend him.
Suspend
him now.
That's something stupid.
Remember, someone did ask him post game. You love the fans here. You were blowing them kisses after the game, and Sergey goes, "I was blowing them kisses to my wife."
I know, right?
That was one of my favorite audio pieces.
It's like, nah, I'm not blowing them at you. I'm blowing them at my wife.
We were so high on game 1 win, and everybody else, and we didn't dive into it as much as we should, but the reporter said, like, oh, you really love the guys, the crowd here. It really turned you on. You were blowing kisses to the crowd. He goes, I was blowing kisses to my wife. Like, don't you dare get me in trouble. That's not to the crowd. That's my wife. Don't be doing that. Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods are turning an old Scottish cinema into a luxury sports bar. Something or nothing.
Ah, man, I had jokes right there, bro.
I mean, so many jokes right there.
Many jokes. You sure they turn into a what?
They're turning into a luxury sports bar.
Okay.
I will say that's one of those crazy things about.
They might not turn into a luxury pharmacy.
Justin Timberlake recently got in some trouble too.
Tiger Woods has always been with Ambien and all of that. Yeah. Okay.
I do say one of these things now. This is a Scottish sports bar now, but that's one of the crazy things about going out west, like California and Arizona. They have these luxury sports bars that overlook the mountains and these valleys.
Oh, it's great. It's great view.
It's unbelievable. They have ceiling to floor windows.
It's beautiful.
How am I watching a sporting event when there's all this beautiful scenery out there?
Hey man, listen. Funniest thing that ever happened to me. One of the funniest things. So here I am. I'm at Pepperdine.
Oh, so great.
University. And I'm outside and I'm waiting for my friend. Right. She's talking to her teacher outside. And I'm just chilling. I just literally been to LA for 2 days. And I'm outside and I'm looking at this beautiful campus. Chilling, right? And I'm looking. There's nobody around me. Then 2 minutes later, as I'm still viewing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenery, I feel like there's somebody next to me. Not too far, but next to me, admiring the same beauty. I turn around. It's a deer. Deer looked at me, gave me a head nod, looked at the view, and then decided to leave. Just follow the path and leave. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the city. Lord, I'm not in the city no more, huh? So, yeah, it's you see things. Definitely get a chance to travel across this country because you would admire and appreciate the beauty of this country. But there are things, man, that you start seeing. You're like, wow, this is nice.
I made that. I wouldn't even say it was a mistake, honestly. One time, not long ago, I was in Sedona, and I ended up at this place called Mariposa, and it's a high luxury sports bar restaurant. I said, you know what? It's so beautiful here. It's so great. I just want to have some beer, have some food. I don't care. Here's my credit card. Don't tell me prices. I'll deal with it. I just want to enjoy this moment. And Vlad, you enjoy that moment so much. It's so beautiful. It's so breathtaking. The food and drinks are so good. And then you look at your credit card statement about 3 days later and you realize why you enjoyed that moment so good. What? Huh? No. Okay. We talked about this earlier, but Not Like Us has an official video. You think it's going to probably win the Academy Award for Best Picture. First music video to do so that's good.
I mean, the man did win a Pulitzer Prize award before.
Twice.
So
2 times.
I mean, it is Kendrick, man. The guy's a golden child right now. He can't do no wrong. This is his year. This is his summer.
A world record was set when 70 centurions gathered for a party in Italy.
Centurions?
100-year-olds.
70, 100-year-olds, huh?
Yeah. Well, two things. Number one, I bet that party was banging. Number two, why does Italy have the largest amount of centurions in it?
Hey, man, we got to protect the mobsters.
Okay, there's a man in England breaking into people's property and mowing their lawns. Here's the catch, though. He breaks onto your property, he mows your lawn, but he uses your lawnmower. So that's something or nothing.
Wait, he breaks into my property, but he's going to mow my lawn.
Yeah.
But he's going to use my equipment.
Yes.
So how does he get my equipment?
Breaks into your stuff. Doesn't steal anything. He just wants to mow your lawn. People are upset.
So why not just leave the lawnmower outside for him to just go?
People are upset. They're like, well, what if it's an electrical lawnmower? He's wasting my electricity. What is my gas lawnmower? He's wasting my gas. Like, you're still going to use the electricity or gas to mow your lawn. You're just not having to do it yourself. Yeah, come on.
But he's still invading my privacy.
Yeah, he's invading your privacy. That's like if a woman wanted to come into my house and clean once a week, and she just made a key out of her own fruition and came when she wanted to, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. There's a joke in there too.
You lie.
There's a joke in there too, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I know, you lie.
I'm lying.
Oh, you lying.
Last but not least, 6 years into their relationship, a girlfriend has given her boyfriend an ultimatum.
What's that?
You have 1 year
to
ask me to get married or else we're finished. Something or nothing.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 1 year to make him to make her the fiance.
Yep. So here's my question.
I'll wait till the 365th day, baby.
You and I think just
and right when you're about to emotionally crack, that's when I'll come out with the friendship ring.
Oh, I was going. I was gonna go the opposite.
That's when I come out with the friendship ring. I'll be like, "Yo, I promise." No, the promise ring.
The promise to
the promise ring. The promise to the promise ring. That I promise that I'm gonna get engaged to you.
Just the situation right now. You had a whole year. The situation. That's my thing. So if you know it's not gonna happen, do you go ahead and let them know early, or you just ride out that 365?
Nah, you ride out 365.
I got basically a free year.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know it's over anyway, so let's go. Do what you want.
Do what you want. And in the last 3 months, when she's starting to think like it's over, right? Like 9 months in, she's like, I'm done out. But she said she gave you a year.
You can't.
She's got the date. That's a date.
You can't
That's a save the date.
Grown in 2 months left.
And then in 3 months, just show her everything, like why you're so special and why she loved you and everything. But still don't give it. Still don't tell her anything. And then just give us play her like, yo, I know we've been thinking for this for a year, and I'm starting to think that, maybe this is I don't know, maybe we shouldn't waste each other's lives and everything like that. And then have her walk away, and then boom, right when she turns around, call her name, and then just be down on one knee and have the ring out. Oh man, she'd be silly putty.
See, I'm the opposite. On day 364.
Day 365.
No, listen, day 364.
Remember, hey, this was a leap year.
Pull out all the stops. This is me on day 364. Babe, go to bed early tonight. We got a big day tomorrow. Why? Because I got to move out. We got some more Euro action, Marlins action, and Miami Heat action next. You're on 560 WQAM. All right, we might have to do some schedule finagling coming up next weekend, Vlad. I'm watching all these great soccer games. We got Clockwork Orange, Netherlands versus Turkey right now. And for those that don't know what I mean when I say Clockwork Orange, the Netherlands usually wear orange kits. And when they first started wearing the orange kits was at the time when Clockwork Orange had come out, Stanley Kubrick movie. So they got nicknamed Clockwork Orange and the name stuck.
Yo, their coaches are the best dressed coaches in all the soccer.
I mean, those guys, man, fashionistas.
I'm saying, man, their suits are always fuego.
No, man. I don't even know, barely own a suit. But I'm looking, okay, first of all, my dude, Clive and Ken, they're texting me pictures of like King's Head Pub out in Sunrise and even Duffy's in Plantation. People are going nuts, the English fans, after that thrilling penalty kick win over Switzerland. And now we got Netherlands. Of course, we've got a Copa America watch party tonight at Waxy's over in Fort Lauderdale. Our dude Alejandro Solana going to be there for the Uruguay-Brazil game. It's going to get started a little earlier, like 7 o'clock. The game is at 9. But all the soccer action, they got the finals coming up, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
So the Euro finals?
The Euro finals, though.
So that means Wednesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday that these semifinals are beginning?
Tuesday, Spain, France.
And Wednesday is England and the winner of Clockwork Orange versus Turkey.
Sunday, though.
And then Saturday is the third place game?
There is no third place game in the Euros.
There is no third place.
Nope.
Wow.
Copa has a third. These two tournaments do try to differentiate themselves in a lot of different ways. But the final for the Euros, Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that makes sense because of Europe's time difference.
But not for us. What about us?
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to get out, live the dream.
Well, wait a minute. When is the Copa final?
That we can make.
That's a Sunday night?
So that very same day at 8 o'clock. We can do that.
Is there a post? Are we doing a party? Is the station doing a party for that one?
We are doing a party for that one.
Do you know where?
I can find out for you real quick. I'm kind of hoping that Uruguay makes the final because Solana's supposedly hosting the watch party. But
I hope it's Uruguay and Argentina. That would be the most.
A lot of love between those two fan bases and countries, right?
No,
there.
they hate each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, Clockwork Orange with a shot missing.
Let me try to get this. Oh, Copa watch party. Okay, let's see. I'd be down for hosting another watch party.
Yeah, I'd be down to drink some Miller Lite. Or Michelob.
Or Michelob.
I'm sorry, Michelob. I meant Michelob.
Our guy Scott over there is making it happen too. So the final 7-10, Mickey Burns, Hollywood.
Ah, okay.
Hollywood Boulevard. That's close for you.
Is it? Wait, where's the location, Mickey Burns?
Mickey Burns on 1921 Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood.
Yeah, that's by the beach. Yeah, that's east.
Okay, I'll be down. So once again, that's going to be one of our official viewing parties tonight. Alejandro Solana has got Uruguay, Brazil. That is going to be at Waxy's over there on Southeast 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. Now, once again, if Uruguay makes the final, Solana says he's going to the game because he wants to see where his family is from. Of course, he's born here in Miami. He wants to see the game. He said, Dan, you can take it. I said, I'm cheering for Uruguay now, especially with Venezuela. So could be another appearance by you, myself, and Trevor shows up, part of the round out the team a little bit. Austin was great out there. It was fun. So we might be having that, but we definitely need to figure out some of our watching and viewing and everything else. We'll see what happens with this Copa America and Euro.
Tonight's going to be a good night. Colombia versus Panama and obviously Uruguay versus Brazil without Vinny Jr.
I'm so stoked up because, number one, Colombia's been playing great. I don't love Panama after what happened with the United States, so I definitely have some juice on Colombia. Uruguay versus Brazil. I mean, Brazil, if you're a soccer fanatic or even a fan, you know about their story. And Uruguay, of course, we've got some Uruguayan friends, and not only with this company, but that we know overall. And Uruguay, very scrappy, very find a way to win. Brazil, known as, we win. So very interesting tonight. It's going to be some good matchups. Junior's not playing. See how it all goes. Very excited. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing right there. Trying to find a way to get to this Euro final because, if it's France and England, man, Vlad.
Hey, wait, hold on. When does Vegas League start?
Vegas League
Summer League
tonight. Oh, Vegas League, that's a week from today. I think that's next week.
So the Heat might be playing.
Let's get ourselves one of those early afternoon games, boys. Let's look at it. See, now everything's starting to fall into place. Because I think we're going to cover the Summer League Vegas schedule. Correct?
Yeah. Look at us trying to figure out a way not to work.
I mean, we are working technically. It's just, I mean, Justin, Sabrina, Duffy's, middle of the day drinking, cheering on Euros, and then following that up with another party with the Copas. Like, yeah, these are important things that we do. Let's see. I don't need to see who's okay. So Vegas starts July 13th. Yeah,
that's next Sunday.
They don't.
That next Saturday.
Unfortunately, they don't have a game on the 14th. They're taking off for the championship. So we get Golden State tonight in the Heat Summer League. You get Sacramento tomorrow, Heat Summer League. Then they take off a couple of days out there in the whole Golden State, Sacramento area, and they play the Lakers. Ooh, July 10th. I'm not going to say spicy, but a little spicy. July 10th, Miami Heat, LA Lakers, Summer League.
That's
Bronny
California.
James.
That's California,
right?
Because that's upcoming, bro. That's like in 4 days.
Yeah, that's all the California games.
Okay.
So Bronny James and the LA Lakers taking on one of his pop's former teams, the Miami Heat, Heat culture. Little bit of interest. You can sell that storyline. And then Vegas starts on July 13th. And they play the 15th, the 17th night. So they play every other day in Vegas because everybody's at the one in Vegas. Not everyone's at the one out in the California Classic.
The one in Vegas is big now. It's like their 20th anniversary or something like that.
My thing is this. We were looking at tickets to go to like a Summer League game. I was like, what? Like bring a canned good and they'll let you in? Apparently it's not that easy to get into Summer League games.
Not anymore. It used to be. Not anymore. It is not anymore. And dude, it's like two, especially in Vegas, they got two arenas. They got the Cox Pavilion, and they have
Thomas and Mack Center.
The Thomas and Mack Center.
You didn't get my joke. Bring a canned good and we'll let you in.
I know. I got you. Bro, I tell you, you've been on fire.
Everybody that went to school when you were younger, that's how they bribed you to do things. Like you bring a canned good, you get a free hour of recess or something. Oh, Mom, get some beanie weenie.
No, this game's July 14th. It's just that our team is not playing.
Okay, well, maybe talk to the boss. Can we get some extensive coverage?
So next week the Heat play the Celtics at 6:30. So we'll be the lead into the we'll be the lead in.
I'll give you some Khalil Ware info. But yeah, okay. Let's get to the headlines if there are any headlines that haven't been touched yet. Let's see, is anything wild happening?
No, listen, we don't have to say scores from yesterday. We have scores now.
England
England defeated Switzerland 0-0, but 5-3 in penalty kicks. So they advanced to the semifinals of the Euro Cup 2024. Well, they'll take on the winner of the Netherlands and Turkey, which is 0-0 right now, 12 minutes into the game.
Couple things real quick. Do want to talk about Vikings rookie, unfortunately, Kareem Jackson. He passed away in a crash that killed 3 people. He was a cornerback. We really wish the most and best for his family. On to other things that also are happening right there. Iga Swiatek, she did fall at Wimbledon. Her woes continue at that venue. I told you, outside of the French Open, Swiatek is very good, but not stellar. She has been known to have some trip ups and falls.
Oh, the robot went down.
But we keep forgetting to mention this. Caleb Martin is a 76er now.
Yes.
He's a likely starter.
Yes. Well, it definitely is going to be a key member of that team right now. And they also doing what a lot of teams seem to be doing since the champs are the Boston Celtics. They figure out in order to compete with the Boston Celtics, you need to have good wing players that can defend and also score, especially from the outside. So the Knicks, they got Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. The 76ers decided to sign Paul George to a free agent deal. They got Kelly Oubre. They now added Caleb Martin. They're trying to have enough wing players that can go against the Boston Celtics, especially Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Also, if you don't think the 76ers have gotten any much better, they also got, although they're aging, Eric Gordon and Andre Drummond have been added to the team.
Andre Drummond's big because of the way he's still unbelievable rebounder, even coming off the bench.
Physical, tough guy.
And Eric Gordon's, you know,
some buckets.
He's gonna get you buckets. Open guy. He's a vet. He knows what to do. And we'll see. We see. Obviously, health is always going to be the key with everybody. To be honest, in the NBA.
I'm not going to say breaking news, but Greece has eliminated Slovenia, meaning that Luka Doncic will not be in this Olympics with Slovenia.
Wow. Well, it was either going to be Giannis or Luka.
That's it. Giannis has made it his way.
Giannis has made it his way. So congratulations to Greece and entering.
Luka's gone on the record and saying that at some points it's been more important to win for Slovenia than it has an NBA championship.
Well,
so
guess what? He's lost both within weeks. How about that?
Well, he did more successful with his club team and not his country. So there you go.
And we talked earlier today when we played a cut from a soundbite from ESPN, Monica McNutt, about who's the rookie of the year in the WNBA. Is it Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky or Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever? Well, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just beat the best team in the WNBA, the New York Liberty, at 83-78.
Yeah, I saw Caitlin Clark was hitting some threes.
But what makes it very important for Miss Clark was that she had a triple-double.
Goal!
Yeah, she had 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists.
And for the people who are saying like, oh, Caitlin Clark hasn't been that good of a pro, if you put her numbers up against the Kelsey Plums and some of the other great starts in the WNBA, she's right up there.
And her team's only 4 games below 500.
Right. They started off poorly, but they have actually come on a little bit. So to say that Caitlin Clark is not living up to expectation would be a vast misstatement. So very much. The Marlins, they're about to get into action at 4:00. Yoni Chirinos going to get the start as they take on the White Sox. I saw like last night was country night at the Lone Depot Park where there was like line dancing and country music that was played throughout the day.
Okay.
For the White Sox and Marlins. Couldn't think of 2 more country markets.
I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, you might as well have done disco night if you were playing the White Sox. They at least they're notorious for that.
That's the best for them. Can't live that down. One bad promo, Vlad, lives with you forever.
Always.
Oh, Inter Miami, by the way, they're going to get underway at 7:30 tonight in Cincinnati against FC Cincinnati. No Messi, no Suarez, no problems so far. Last 4 matches, they've won them 2-1. So those guys been stepping up. I'm going to talk about this in the next segment, man. This U.S. men's national team, not very happy with them and their direction. I am very happy with Inter Miami's direction. Could there be a tie between the U.S. men's national team and Inter Miami? Maybe. We'll discuss that in just a few minutes. But right now, what I do want to do is take a step into the day spa. You always hear these horror stories about bad mother-in-laws. Well, get this one, Vlad. A woman's mad at her future mother-in-law because she booked the room next to the honeymoon suite so she could be close to them after their big night.
All right, mama. You're going to listen. You're going to hear. You want to be nosy? You're going to hear.
She wants 50 of the 100 guests at the wedding to be her friends. She refuses to pick...
Yo, women are wild, yo.
She refuses to pick up the girls' family members from the airport while she's getting ready for the wedding. And what's worse, she left a picture in her boyfriend's underwear cabinet, a picture of his dead grandparents. She said she...
That's the mother-in-law?
Yeah. What are you doing? Look, if you ever told me, hey, I got a room, would you like the room next to the honeymoon suite?
But yo, here's the thing though, right? Like, look, and I know, listen, as the son, you gotta be a man and be like, Mom, what's wrong with you? And clearly the dad's not involved or around in this.
Right.
So that's just, man, listen.
It's so weird how different cultures, when I say respect their parents, treat their parents differently. Like, Vlad, you and I from the Creole culture, we do respect and love our parents, but we're also real with them. We're not scared of them. Some cultures, they're like in fear of their parents. Like, if Big Lynn's doing something wrong, I'll be like, Big Lynn, you can't do that. No, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? Some people are like, how do you talk to your mom that way? I'm like,
easy. She's a human.
She's a human grown up. That has logical sense. Oh, I'd never talk to my mom. I've never tell my mom. Like, but so you let your mom while out at a restaurant and cause problems. Well, I just wouldn't correct her. Like, Okay,
So, but here's the thing:
he needs to step up.
when are they ever going to learn that they're making mistakes if you don't correct them?
Exactly. I mean, my mom would be the first to correct me.
Absolutely.
So, like, if
Till this day, right? And I still have to hear it.
I saw her the other day. We were getting into it like normal. Doing this, but that's the thing. If my mom was trying to do that, I'd be like,
Nah,
"No,
that's
that ain't
wild.
happening. That ain't
Like the
happening."
room next to me is crazy.
Close to on the
And
big day.
inviting 100 of your friends.
No,
You're
50
not
of the
getting
100.
50 of the 100 invited guests is your friends.
That's what you want, yeah.
Yeah, get the hell out of my face with that BS, yo.
And that's how we talk to our mothers. Up next, get the hell out of my face with that BS is what I want to tell the U.S. men's national team. We'll talk about that next here on 560 WQAM. So nice to be watching these Euros and Copas as countries and teams celebrate their victories, like England earlier today. Absolutely beautiful. One team that didn't give us a lot of reason to celebrate, United States men's national team. What a thud. Beat Bolivia 2-0. You thought, okay, we'll be all right. In Panama, that was just a total nasty mess. Then they go and lose to Uruguay. And earlier in the week after the match, I was watching ESPN and I actually heard from one of their analysts who I love. I think he's great in everything that he does. And I think everything that you're about to hear from him, his name is Alejandro Morena. He is a Venezuelan national, played on the Venezuela national team, played in MLS for many years. Everything he's about to tell you about the United States, Uruguay, the U.S. men's national team, I think is dead spot on. But the last statement he makes is just absolutely chilling to me. So as you listen to it, check the boxes. Do you agree with everything he's saying? And then at the very end, kind of hone in and think, "Ooh, man." So this is Alejandro Morena talking about the United States' recent loss to Uruguay.
Let's unpackage the goal. Whatever we think of the technology, whatever we think of the line, that is the system that we're currently utilizing in this tournament. And so therefore, you take it for what it is. And according to that system that everybody's playing by the same system, this was decided as a goal. Now, a lot of people out there, US fans, are going to go crazy. Oh, no, how could that be? All right, fine. I'm going to give you the offside. I'm going to give you the goal. I said, no, listen, no goal for Uruguay. It still wasn't enough for the United States. And that's my point, right? You look at the stats, 0.29 expected goals for the United States in a game that they needed to win. How are you going to win a game when you're not really creating opportunities? How are you going to win a game when you don't really show quality in the final third? How are you going to win a game when, if you look at your playmakers, if you look at your difference makers, yeah, have chances, but not more than that. And here's the other thing I'll say. Yeah, you had a disappointing result against Panama, and that set you up for failure. Let me just tell you that. That set you up for failure. And then you wanted to grind against Uruguay. And if I could have the choice of one team in South America, in CONMEBOL, to grind out a result, it would be Uruguay. This is not the team that you want to grind against, because they'll grind more than you, and they'll make it more physical than you, and they'll force turnovers, and they'll slow down the game, and they'll get a goal, and they'll win 1-0, and you'll be wondering, how did this happen? How did this happen? It's because they have more know-how than you do as a United States men's national team. They have more know-how when it comes to this, when it comes to grinding, when it comes to fighting, when it comes to winning this sort of matches. They know about it a whole lot more than this team does.
That's what chills me right there. The United States don't have enough know-how. Physically talented, they have no identity, and they have no know-how. There's certain countries, when the going gets tough, they're going to find a way to win. Argentina, they can get outplayed the whole game. Still don't sit there and think they're going to lose. France, they can get outplayed a lot. Still don't think they're going to lose. I would say Netherlands kind of fits in that category until they face somebody really, really big. Still don't think they're going to lose, because these teams have this idea and this will and this desire and this know-how to win. And the United States has, what's the U.S.'s identity? Uruguay, known as a grind and find a way to win team. Brazil, known as super talented, get out there, make it happen. Argentina, great players, great schemes, they get it going. France, super talented, sometimes a mishmash of people. Italy, the counterattack. Germany, aggressive play. England, try to make crafty plays here and there. The United States has no identity. Nobody says, oh, that the U.S. team's known for what? Nothing. They don't even know how to win. Now, you can't fire Greg Berhalter. I understand that right away, for the simple fact that you just brought him back and the Olympics are right around the corner. So, you can't fire a coach right there like that. Nonetheless, I thought about it. There's a lot of other people, I think, that are worthy to be the United States coach than Greg Berhalter. How about we get a coach that has that knowledge, has that know-how, has that mentality to win? I wouldn't even mind if Tata Martino, to be honest with you, became the U.S. men's national coach. He's done it for FC Barcelona. He's done it for Argentina. He's done it for Mexico. He's got a little bit more know-how, it seems like, than Greg Berhalter, who, I think I'm the future of this team. The future's okay. Really? On our home soil, we got booted out of the CONMEBOL Copa America. We need a coach, and I don't think it's here in the United States, that has the mentality of some of these South American and European teams, that has that will and that know-how to win. Now, I'm not saying Tata Martino is going to become the U.S. men's national coach, but I'm saying someone along those lines.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Maybe I was saying that. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But I'm saying, like, we need one of those coaches. I thought, and I'll be honest with you, I thought we were in the right direction with Jurgen Klinsmann. He was from Germany.
See, then I'm happy you brought that up. See, that's why I just let you go off, because it was like, is it really the coaches, man? Because we've had some very good coaches that have helped develop this team and develop the team where they're no more laughing stocks in the soccer world. But has the United States, using the Tyler Hero reference, have they reached their ceiling? Like, have they plateaued? Like, if that's where they're gonna be at, that's where they are. They're not gonna get to that next tier. We're still trying to get to that next tier. Which, when Alejandro Moreno was saying, and what you were saying, is that they don't have the wherewithal, the intelligence yet to win a tightly officiated, a grueling, hard fought win. They don't have that yet, because they don't even know how to win when it's a up and down type of game. The United States don't know how to win. They win games, but they don't know how to win, especially against a
big opponent or a big
opponent,
game.
big game. They don't really know how to win. They haven't. That's why it's been very difficult to beat the types of, like, even Mexico in some of these like the U.S. goal. Not until now, but before it was
before that, no.
They still, so it was still levels that they still got to get to. And I don't know if it's the coaching staff, because you've gotten some really good managers that have helped develop this national team, but when it's time for the tournaments, they don't succeed. And you've changed the play. You've changed the coaches, but sometimes you got to look at the plays.
Yeah. I mean, with Jurgen Klinsmann, at least I look at it like this. He had that mentality. He had that German, tough, aggressive. Remember the year we were in that group of death? It was the United States, Ghana, Portugal, and I want to say England. We went in there and beat Ghana.
Was that the World Cup?
Yeah. Put a goal on them right away.
And then we lost the Britain game, which was a very hype game. And then we didn't.
We went to Portugal, a game where we were going to win. We were up 2-1. And Cristiano Ronaldo makes a perfect pass at the last second of the game, and they get a goal. That gets a tie, and then you lose to England in that game. Or was it a tie? I can't remember.
Nonetheless, it was in a tie, but you never get the win that you need.
But at least you go into the group of death, and you darn near win the group of death.
Bro,
I thought we're going in the right direction.
No, it's like, enough. It's like giving kids participation awards because the parents asked for it. I spent money and I've dedicated all this time. He or she better get something out of it at the end. No, it's enough about that. Yes, it was the group. You need to win. You need to win. Look, that was a terrible loss that happened last Thursday. Okay, that's a nasty loss. You should not have lost to who was it?
Panama
2-1.
But that's another thing with coaching. And I mean, you can't control players for what they do, but is there a lack of discipline right there that Tim Weah can go and punch a guy in the back of the head twice in the 17th minute and get kicked out of the game?
That's on the player.
A man down?
That's on the player.
There's no discipline?
That's a player. That's a player not using his intelligence, his smarts, having to be able to control. Coach can't control players' emotion.
I understand that. No other teams are getting their guys red carded 17 minutes in for throwing punches. At least not in these tournaments. No, I understand emotions get the most of you and everything like that. And Tim Weah absolutely, I thought, handled it very adultly and saying, I didn't mean to put my teammates in that position.
But you did.
Really bad position, too. They were up 1-0 at the time, too. I don't know. Greg Berhalter, I don't know if you've got the right culture around him. And, we talk about heat culture all the time. And it starts to ring true in a lot of other sports. There needs to be maybe a different type of culture around the United States soccer. And maybe we need to bring in someone that has one of these different cultures to kind of teach us something. And the closest one is a guy right down the street in Fort Lauderdale by the name of Tata Martino. I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't know the answer. I'm not going to sit here and give you coaches or players or what we should do or what we shouldn't do. But there has to be a change in the culture.
I would hope so.
I mean, I've never seen the United States win a World Cup knockout round game. I didn't see them do very good at this Copa America. I've seen them in CONCACAF a couple times beat Mexico, win the CONCACAF Cup. Panama. I mean, where are they right now in the CONCACAF rankings is another thing.
The U.S. has got to go down right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Canada. Canada's got to be. So Mexico is number 1 right now. United States number 2. That's got to change. Canada's going to go up. Panama is definitely better than us. Costa Rica, we'll see. Let me tell you, how many teams, when the United States plays them, do you feel just like, all right, we got this? USA, Mexico, no way. Rivalry. USA, Canada, yeesh. I'm not saying USA all the way. USA, Panama, we already know about that score. USA, Costa Rica, not a given. USA, Jamaica.
Oh, wow, we got a surprise.
I told you that seems pesky.
Turkey scores in the 18th, what is it? No, in the 36th minute.
Yeah, there you go. Turkey's dangerous, man. Jamaica, not a promise. Now, Honduras, not easy. Haiti, you got that. Guatemala, should have that. Trinidad and Tobago, at one point we thought we had that. They kicked us out of the World Cup one year. Martinique, El Salvador, Curacao, Nicaragua, Cuba. No, okay. So as the list goes down further and further, not as damaging and scary. U.S., though, I don't think they're better right now than Mexico. I don't think they're better than Canada. They're definitely not better than Panama. I don't know if they're better than Costa Rica, to be honest with you. They're definitely not better than Turkey, who might take a 1-0 halftime lead against Clockwork Orange, the Netherlands.
This is some good football. And that's the thing, that we're not playing that. I think that's what's the problem. One thing about this is what bothers me with the U.S. men's soccer team. Good job, Yanks.
What does? I mean, a lot of things, and it's easy right now, but what bothers?
But here's the thing: is in a time like this, right, when the 3 major sports are all done, you're getting ready for one of them in the NFL. And baseball is still in the middle, so nobody really pays attention to probably, after the All-Star break.
It's coming up soon, next week.
Soccer is the sport where everyone gets patriotic. So you start riding, dying for the country. And especially in a tournament that is that is being hosted by the U.S. So that means people are going to travel, and the soccer is a sport that's been growing in the United States over the last 15 to 20 years. So you get in, you invest time in it, you invest passion into it, and then they don't come up. They never show up. They never. And this should have been the pregame of patriotism until the Olympic comes. Like, if the U.S. men's national team did good in Copa, American pride is going to be strong. So then when you go to the Olympics, you stars and stripes everywhere. Bang, 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 right? This guy just hit his 3rd home run of the day. Holy crap. Ben Rice. This guy's on fire.
It would have been nice to just been still alive in the tournament for the 4th of July.
Oh, at least be in a tournament during 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
You would have played. Who would you have played? You would have played tonight against Colombia.
Let's go.
You remember the last time you played Colombia in a big game in the United States?
It wasn't a big game. Oh, yeah. They
94.
Yeah, that was an interesting game nonetheless.
The 2 Pablos.
Yeah. ESPN. So good. It's just frustrating.
But they choked.
And not to be jingoistic or anything, we are the most athletic country in the world, it seems like.
We're great.
But we just can't seem to figure out that Rosetta Stone when it comes to soccer.
It's just certain sports we're still we're still in remedial.
And it keeps growing and growing and growing the sport here, and you keep waiting for the result and the result and the result, and maybe it's a longer wait than I thought it would be, because I thought, after, it's been pretty big, 15, 20 years, eventually the athletes would flow through, and you do have more guys now ever than in the from the United States playing in Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga.
And that's the thing. Yes, you do. You have seen some great American players go play in some of the top soccer leagues in the world, and they've produced. They've done well, but they seem to they cannot get a team ensemble
right
for the national team that can compete. That's a problem.
So one more question before we go, Vlad. I want to ask you this. If you have the chance to play with your favorite, or let's just say play for Real Madrid at about $5 million a year, or Saudi Arabia offers you $100 million a year, where are you going to play?
Saudi Arabia.
Hell yeah. We'll be back next. 560 WQAM.
All of our shows live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool Rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed anytime. Get it now and make WQAM your favorite station.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I recently had to sell a car, and I got told that yesterday's price is not today's price. What do you think of that song?
Imaginary players aiming coach right.
You aren't coach right.
You asking for Diet Coke? That's a joke, right? Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying, like Menu in our group on Twitch and YouTube. U.S. does not send their best athletes usually, or just a lot of the best athletes in U.S. do not go to play soccer. They go to play other sports. Or they're
Come on, man. Can you imagine a 6'8" LeBron James playing soccer?
Yeah, I know. They say like Michael Vick and Bo Jackson. Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler wants to play soccer, it seems like.
But he's 6'5". You're not gonna play no soccer, bro.
Nah, you just believe and you can achieve. Speaking of soccer, we got a big one tonight. Our dude Alejandro Solana, he is going to be out at Waxy's right there in Fort Lauderdale off of US 1, kind of by the airport, kind of near the downtown area. You probably know where Waxy's is. If not, WAXY''S. From 7 to 10, he's going to get the party going. You know it's going to be cracking because it is a hot spot for soccer in South Florida. Been there many a times. The Guinness there, Vlad, whoo.
Yeah, but I make a little ultra.
They're going to have that Michelob Ultra. You might want to start light in the night because, the games are going to be going on. You got Colombia v. Panama. Vamos, Colombia. And then he's also going to be there for the Uruguay v. Brazil game. No junior playing. Just go up to Solana and say, I'm thirsty. What you got? That's the easiest way to do things. Although, I don't know. Maybe not. If you're a guy, you might want to do that. Girl, that's a little different. I wonder if a girl came up to me and goes, I'm thirsty. What you got? I'd be like, can I interest you in a Michelob Ultra?
That's it. That's all you can say.
We need to get out on a viewing party maybe next week. But yeah, so please go on out there. It is free to watch. It is free to do a lot of things out there. Solana going to have you covered. Just find him. We're going to have plenty of goodies. That would be one. There's some messy pint glasses that were absolutely wonderful. I think every time Venezuela scored a goal, Vlad, I just ran around passing out pint glasses and T-shirts and everything like that. I don't know if that was the protocol, but, we kind of play by our own rules here sometimes.
Clearly.
And we'd kind of gotten into the whole day already, so it was good. Trevor was there. He was in there.
Trevor came out. Shout out to Trevor from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we had a great time, man. It was a lot of fun. So these viewing parties are really great and with everything that's going on. And I know it's a Copa match that is going to be at a Waxy's Irish pub, but nonetheless, it is going to be packed because it is just a soccer hub and haven, and they do soccer right at Waxy's, and the drinks will be flowing. It's going to be absolutely great. Vlad's Yankees are doing absolutely stupendous against the rival Boston Red Sox, 14-4.
Yeah, finally.
That's a true fan. Doing great, finally. Okay. It's like when the Yankees were winning all these world championships. The Yankees have just won 7 world championships in a row. Joe DiMaggio.
I wasn't born, B. I wasn't born.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't know anything.
There was fans back then, I guarantee. I mean, yeah, but like 2 of them, we barely won them. Like,
Look how Heat fans are acting, right? They want another ring. They haven't seen a ring in 10 years. 11 years. So yeah. Once you're used to something, that's what you want.
I like to give Panther fans a lot of credit. They really enjoyed this. Instead of letting the free agency or, everything else, the draft or whatnot, get them down. Nah, sit there and enjoy it for a little while. Let it go. Some guys are going to go. Some guys are going to come and go. Doesn't matter. You're sitting back. You're enjoying. You're loving life. It's great. It's fun. That cup runneth over, as they say. Great times. It's always good. So we've got the rest of this Turkey-Netherlands game. I want to stay confident on Netherlands, but I told you, Turkey is a tricky wicket, man. They, throughout the tournament, I keep saying they can't be that good. And every time I watch them, I'm like, they really are pretty darn good. They're up 1-0 at halftime. And then Colombia, Panama, that is a 6:00 kickoff. Don't let Fox fool you. I don't like that, how they do that.
Don't let Fox fool you.
This is what I'll tell you. Fox thinks they're slick. And they'll put Colombia, Panama, 5 p.m.
I'll be FS1, by the way.
FS1 will do that too, Bill. But they'll put the Fox network. They'll put Colombia, Panama, 5 p.m. So,
yeah, they got to get their
so
pregame, but
we-
they let you know that kickoff is at 6, but that coverage begins at 5 p.m. They say coverage begins. That's how they get you. Coverage begins at 5 p.m.
So they got us one time. So Vlad, you know how it is at Duffy's Implantation. Me and Clive and Ron and Gus and all this stuff got together, and it said USA Mexico 8 p.m. So we wanted to get there a little early. So you get there around 7. You want to get there an hour early, watch the pregame, and like, oh, the pregame's not started yet. You get to 8 o'clock and it comes on. And you're like, okay, well, they're about to just show the game. Then you realize it's an hour pregame. So now you've been at the bar when the kickoff starts for 2 hours.
Oh, you're already lit.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and then you got to watch the whole game. And of course, you don't stop. It's just a mess. So please be wary of the times. Double check, triple check the time of when a game actually starts, because FS1 especially is really bad about that. So Colombia, Panama. Look, it says 6 p.m., Vlad. It doesn't say, oh, that's the right time, actually. Okay. So maybe
it's at 6 because the other game's at 8.
9.
Oh, it's at 9?
Mm-hmm.
So they went an hour pregame for the Uruguay-Brazil game because that is the more premier game.
Well, yeah, that's a big time right there.
Yeah, that's the battle of heavyweights. So that's why.
So that is going to be a 9 o'clock kickoff. So yeah, 6 o'clock kickoff for Colombia and Panama. And then no love lost between Brazil and Uruguay. That is a 9.
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock.
I think those 3 teams, then they win the first, those are the first 2 countries to win the World Cup or something.
Uruguay
like that.
won the first 2.
Right. And then Brazil went on a run.
Yep. And now this is where I'd make the joke that the United States, you watch out. We're on home turf in a couple of years. We got this. Not so confident about that.
Yo, fam, they got to make the knockout round.
If you don't make the knockout round in the World Cup
in 26,
yes.
No, you know what? I'm putting a lot of pressure on them.
Go, please.
They got to go to the round of 16.
They got to win a knockout round game.
They got to win a knockout round game.
Yeah.
They got to get to the round of 16.
There was a year that Russia made it to like the semifinals, and they weren't even that good because
but they were the host country.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So host country gets a weaker group.
Right. So you gotta get in. Come on, give us something. Give us something. And I'm not gonna do some of the takes that people do about U.S. soccer. Just give us something, man. Come on. I would be surprised if Greg Berhalter is the coach of the United States men's national team when it comes to the World Cup. Nonetheless, Vlad, what you got going the rest of the day? Anything fun?
Nah, man. Just chilling with the fam. Celebrated my parents' 55th year. 55-year anniversary.
That's cool.
So, and also brother-in-law, it was his born day yesterday. So happy born day to him.
Earth strong.
Yeah, man. So, but that's just pretty much it. Just chilling.
Yep. I got nothing really on the agenda. I'm going to try to walk around the neighborhood. I love walking around my neighborhood during these Copa games because every restaurant is buzzing full of people. So you have every restaurant with just like old men sitting there drinking a beer. They have that a beer in their hands watching the games. I try to just peek into the game. So I think I might just take a little walk around. I don't even know how much I'm drinking today, to be honest with you. Got a new game plan when it comes to drinking, Vlad. I'm mixing up my game. I figure the United States needs to mix up their game plan when it comes to soccer. Maybe I need to mix up my game plan a little bit. Yeah, just maybe not so much on the weekends. Keep it more to weekday drinking.
Weekday drinking?
Yeah, I'm more of a weekday drinker now. Monday through Friday, I'm doing work. Saturday and Sunday, I got to take some time.
You drunk? Well, that's
is that a drug?
You're drunk. You're a drunk.
That's gonna do it for the show. Ending on a very high note right there. Speaking of high notes, that is my cousin Vladimir Lewis. I am.
That's good. That's a good one.
You in Sports Day? I'm on with it.
Yo,
560 WQAM.
Later,
slug.